afternoon. Hello. So sorry. Give me 1 second. Bunny texted me right as it was about to swing. So I need to let her know. She needs to refresh. I'm live. All right, here we are, guys. Oh my goodness. Okay, eyes on chat. Here we go. Look at all the swords. Thank you so much. I see you, baby. Nikki Nichols 95. Hello. Glamma. Oh, hail. Oh, hail no. Nikki P. Can y'all hear me okay? Because this thing's been unplugged for a while and I don't know what kind of issues the settings might have. After I pulled it down off the shelf, it was a little dusty. Hey, Teddy Pig, Steph, Lindsay, DC's new Lulz suit, Effie Cujo, Scaffieri, Meeps, Christy, Poggy, Nikki P. I see you. It's quiet for you. Oh boy. Well, you said it sounds great. Thank you, Nikki Nichols 95. It's good to see you. Lisa Simpson. Lisa Simpson, I got your email. Thank you for looking into that for me. Rainy in the desert. You can barely hear me. Is this better? I moved it right up on my mouth. You had to turn me up pretty high. Ugh. Warn you if I start a video. Oh my gosh, let me turn my ringer off. Oh my gosh, you know what I really should do is charge it. All right. Sounds good, Christy, but she has earbuds in. Hey, Bunny. There's Bunny. Everybody, welcome Bunny back. Bunny, so glad you made it. So glad to have you back. So glad you could be here. You know, I'm really glad, Bunny, that you were otherwise occupied over the Christmas holiday because, boy, it was brutal. So I'm glad you didn't have to endure that. Hey, listen, guys, not only are there new membership badges, you may have noticed, but there's new member emojis on the channel as well. So if you are a member of the Renegades, there are some new emojis. There we have old lace front Belinda, the bigot beggar, riding her lawnmower. She can see where she can see where she's going because she's got her glasses on. And I asked today, I believe, in the support group, if somebody wouldn't mind whipping up a GoFund for Belinda for a lace front, that'd be great. I mean, it's the least we could do. After all, she's such a thoughtful, kind-hearted, selfless, kind of gal. It's the least we could do is help her out, make sure she's got the funds raised that she needs. Belinda, the bigot beggar. That's our girl. Also known as AKA Lace Front. I feel like Belinda, the bigot beggar, can kind of be a bit of a tongue twister, although, as you can see, it rolls off my tongue nicely. So yeah, if alternately, you can just call her old Lace Front. Shelly Ray, thank you so much for joining memberships. We love our Rick's Renegades. Hey, I think there's some other messages too. There were. Emotional Support Muffin, thank you for being a member for 15 months. Rain, thank you for being a member for 7 months. And of course, Shelly Ray, thank you for joining memberships. So, yes, and we also have Mr. Jackie Harlow. Well, not Jackie Harlow, Jackie Harris. Whatever. Jackson. I call him, well, you guys know what I call him, but actually, more often than not, I call him Shithead. He's a little shithead. Well, I was dropping the F-bombs, so they must be buddies. I don't know who you're talking about, Teddy Pig. Christy, thank you for being a member for 6 months. We love our Rick's Renegades. Booyah. Bunny says, why do we call her Lace Front? Bunny, oh, you of all people. See, I don't think this is the real Bunny. This must be an imposter Bunny in my chat. That can't possibly be the real Bunny asking me why we're calling Belinda, the bigot beggar, Lace Front. Christy, thank you for gifting 1 sham membership. I appreciate you. Lindsay with an A coming in with the gifted membership. Thank you so much. Speaking of Harlow, they're great. God, Jack is so freaking cute. Christy, thank you for gifting another membership. Hey, girl. Hey, welcome. She's got a 5 head. I've got a 5 head, Lisa Simpson. Okay. I was waiting for someone on Twitter or over there on the blog to say something about how I have the nerve talking about Belinda, the bigot beggar's hairline when I've got a 5 head. I've got a 5 head. All of my kids have a 5 head. The grandkids so far, all of them as well. Like they call it the Dow's 5 head. We have big foreheads, but that's not what's going on over there with Belinda, the bigot beggar. Oh my God, what the fuck was that? I don't know what that was, but it scared the shit out of me. Everything okay, babe? I don't think that's what's going on over there. That is an actual like receding hairline. Like that is it's the hairline is like is it like lines up with the ears? Oh, he's doing litter boxes. He must have dropped something. Hey, just Aileen, good to see you. So I just made the very super helpful and kind-hearted and totally selfless suggestion that she look into maybe getting a lace front to do something about that. I don't know. The hairline is like you white. The hairline is like see you tomorrow, feller. Hey, West Virginia Jules, good to see you. Long live BBJ. Hello, welcome. You're so lost. It's okay, bunny. It's okay. It's fine. You'll catch up. Mind your business, feller folk. Yes, please mind your business. She there's I think there's a lot of people around here who would wish that we would just mind our business. At least they're gonna start wishing that we would just mind our business. We have no intentions of minding our business. And that's fine. Is this what Belinda looks like? I've never seen her. Oh, I don't know. Clara's bangs are excellent, Bunny. I agree. I agree. Mhm. All right, so listen, we're gonna be doing we're doing a dramatic reading today. Um, this is gonna be the first in a series of dramatic readings. I have some things coming in that we're going to be dramatically reading that I think are going to absolutely fucking rock certain parts of the community anyway. We got some liars, pants on fires, perpetrating like they're, you know, really getting something done and whole time. Liar, pants on fire. So I'm looking forward to that. Not today though. Yes, of course, no offense, man. Of course I'm back. Why wouldn't I be back? I mean, I didn't make like an official announcement. I'll be back on Friday, January 19th. I think I did mention somewhere in a chat though that I was going to be live on Friday. Perhaps I didn't. I'm not sure. Cats roll. Hello, welcome. Good to see you. I missed you. I mean, I guess okay, look. I realize that mm, I didn't really make a formal announcement or give explanation for why I haven't been live streaming or why I privated my entire channel over the last what's it been almost a month maybe. I'm really not sure. Let's just say the last month, whatever. Um and I apologize to those of you who are, really like kind of sitting up losing sleep over it, worried about me or whatever. I appreciate your care and concern. Hey, Principal Todd, good to see you. P Day, thank you so much for being a member for 24 months, listening while cleaning. My favorite thing to do. KK, unstable super chat for court fees. Thank you so much. We appreciate your support. Unstable for sure. Anywho, I don't know. I felt like at the time, obviously, everybody knows the shit that was going down. We were taking heavy fire. Because what? Because Belinda got her feelings hurt? No, that's not why. We'll get into that another time. Anyway, heavy fire, holiday season, lots going on. As you know, it's no secret. I've told you all I work in dental finance. And, I mentioned that work was getting crazy towards the end of the year. And then, year end is not the end of it. After the actual year ends, you've got to close the year fiscally. That takes time, especially with specifically with what I do. And then while doing that, the first week or two, usually it's about a week and a half, first week of January. Then you got to catch up from the regular, workload that you kind of pushed off to the side because you're closing. I mean, we go over this every year. It just so happens that some fuck shit went down and we started taking some heavy fire over here on the internet, at the same time that all that happened. Not to mention, of course, I went to visit my kids and grandkids for Christmas. We had a lovely time. So yeah, there was just a lot going on. And then, with uh Belinda Feller getting her channel struck and, come to find out it was, I don't know, first it was Ron and Clara, then it was somebody else. The I don't know, whatever the case may be. All I knew was I was like, you know what, I don't have time to keep my eye on things over on the internet, and I'm not going to be caught with my pants down. So I'm just going to go ahead and private my channel so I can focus on my family, the holidays, work. I was on vacation for a week, had to catch up from that. I just didn't have time. So anyway, I'm back now. All right. So sorry to have worried you all. But yeah, we're here. We're here. We're back. And things are going to be a little different in 2024. All right. If you're coming over here, nosing around, seeing if you're going to get any coverage of the attic over here, we're not covering the attic anymore ever again. Those days are over. It's totally fine. You guys can check out the attic coverage over there at Belinda the Bigot Beggars channel, or of course Owl. She does a pretty good job of covering the attic over there. She covers other stuff too, and that's great. So there's plenty of places for you guys to go for attic coverage. We're not going to do that here anymore. So what are you going to do, Sam? Please tell me you're not going to go back to fucking talking about Mandy and Sean. No, we're not doing that either. No. Over here, at least for the immediate, for the time being, we're just going to spend some time looking into our friends over there on the blog. The blog that you guys know is the Kiwi Farms. Because there is some real deal fuck shit going down over there on the Kiwi Farms. Specifically, the Girl World, what's it called? The Girl World sector threads. There's some serious fuck shit going down over there. Lines have been blurred. Lines have been crossed. Some bloggers started migrating over here and, actually having presence and forming relationships and alliances and, little buddies and DM sharing and information sharing over here. And everything got real messy and icky. Guys, I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. Well, guess what? It is so much deeper and ickier and gooier and just messier than you guys could ever even imagine. And we are going to peel back the layers of this onion together over here. Us, the renegades. Old school, like we used to do. It'll be fun. Let's see. Hold on. Sky Fairy, thank you so much for being a member for 14 months. We love our real deal renegades. Hope the Arby's bloggers have a new notebook cracked open and the highlighters ready. Love you, Sham. Love you too, Sky Fairy. Tracy, just here to offer support. I appreciate you, and I appreciate you being a member for 8 months. Thank you so much. Them claims won't file themselves. No, they won't. Channels were being targeted and still are. They are. Bent Not Broken. Look at you. Thank you so much for being a member for 29 months. You are so sweet. Thank you for being a real deal renegade. So glad I got here to catch it live. I miss you too, Jen. I hope you and your family are well. I remember when the Kiwi Farms would shake you down for your lunch money and ban you if you did that shit over there. That's right. Very good. And rumor has it, word around the campfire is that Strawberry Glitter Douche herself, Alia Alexander, got AK thrown off of Kiwi Farms, that she went straight to Josh, the head honcho over there, invoked the name of none other than Zoomy fucking Booby to get AK kicked off of the farms, because apparently, from what I understand, Josh has a hard line in the sand when it comes to the Zoomy BB gang and friends. And of course, Strawberry Glitter Douche Alia Alexander knows this. So that's what she allegedly, apparently, from what I understand, that's how she got Josh to kick the AK off the Kiwi Farms. Well, let me tell you something, Strawberry Douche. Does Josh happen to know that you are not only a pedo apologist yourself, but specifically a Zoomy Booby Corey Barnhill pedo apologist? Does Josh know that? What about Cecil? Cecil, does Josh know that? Do you happen to know? I don't know. Anyway, so remember, I don't even know when it was. I don't know, because I wasn't paying attention to this stuff because I didn't care, right? And Yaba didn't care. We would hear chatter about things here and there, but that wasn't our business. That wasn't our cup of tea. It's not what the fuck we were interested in. Tina B, thank you so much for joining memberships. We do love our basic betties. I heard about this post this post site that I guess remember when Kiwi Farms was really struggling and they were down all the time and their future was uncertain and Josh was having a really hard time keeping it up and going. That was right around the time that certain farmers or bloggers, as I'm now calling them, um, some of them took it upon themselves. Well, yeah, they had a little powwow, a little meeting. Dare I say the at least the initial group was Strawberry Glitter Douche, Alia Alexander, Olive Oil, and Pink Lava. I think those were the initial three who got together in the little private message and like, God damn it, Josh can't even get Kiwi Farms stable. We have nowhere to, I don't know, do whatever the fuck it is they do over there on their little blog. And so we're forced to go over there and start, interacting in chat. No, that right there should have been that should have been like the red flag. That right there should have been reported over to Josh. Like, Josh, dude, get your shit together. Your farmers are in the fucking chat, man. Like, wrangle your cows, dude. Look, we're all fucking cows. All right, it's just as simple as that. It just is what it is. We're all fucking cows. We're cows over here on the internet. They're cows over there on their little blog. We're all fucking cows. And yeah, sometimes a fucking cow from over here on YouTube ends up over there, being a cow on the Kiwi Farms. They make an account, they start. But those are weirdos. That's few and far between. Typically, that's frowned upon. People, no one's encouraging anyone to go make a Kiwi Farm blog account and start, fucking around over there. But some people do it, and it's like, nah, well, okay, whatever, whatever. I guess that kind of makes you a double cow if you do that. I'm not sure. I feel like that would make like you a double cow. That would be like what? The cow with two stomachs, maybe? That's a thing, right? Sometimes cows have two stomachs. Anyway, but yeah, you never when I heard that there were people from the farmers blog and not just like randos from over there on the farms neither, right? Like heavy hitters over there from the farmers blog, heavy girl world, hater thread, addict thread, big names. StrawberryDouche, Olive Oil, Pink Lava. Like, wow, that was crazy. They're in chats. They've come over to YouTube. Like, never in a million years would you think you would see that out of fucking farmers, right? But we did. Thank you so much for gifting 5 memberships, baby. Hello, welcome, Sarsbeth, Evie Addicted to Cold Brew. Welcome. I feel like I missed one. I did. Terry Lynn, welcome. Well, thank you, Dank Fupa. I will say, listen, I've been accused of having greasy hair quite a bit over there on the blog lately. They get that from Mandy ATX. She likes to say my hair is greasy, which is laughable coming from her because her hair is dead and gone. Like, there's no hope for it. Not only does she fry it, dyeing it blonde, but then, like, she took all those opiates and all those pills for all those years. She's just fried from the inside out. So she's got a lot of nerve. But anyway, she likes to say that I got greasy hair. Impervious Cat, are we to expect another 3-hour plus reading stream from Belinda's bestie because you went live today? Who's that? Are you talking about Gigi? Probably. Go ahead, Gigi, I'm baking a cake for you, buddy. Hey, Bombshell. How you doing? Long time no see. David Brennan says, Sam, why did you remove all your old lives? Oh, I covered that already because when Belinda, the bigot beggar, started getting struck, I was like, I'll be damned. I ain't going down like that. Thank you for gifting another 5 Sam Tefler memberships, babes. Scara, Impervious Cat. Oh, I think that MKJRDH is a troll. Enjoy. The good Tiffany and Abigail, welcome. Oh yeah, there was only one stream I think that I put on members only. All the rest I privated, and the only reason I put that one on members only is because I'm pretty sure it was like the most recent one I did. So I just want to make sure people could still see it if they were a member at least. I mean that was all there was to that. I know there was a lot of talk about did she just make them all members only? Did she blah, 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 blah? Like, no, I privated everything except for the last one, left it members only because I felt like my paying members should be able to at least, see it or whatever. That's all. You guys, you analyze way too much, some of you, and you're just way off, Bunny, thank you so much for being a member for 11 months. We love our basic Betties. I'm celebrating Beeps losing her account. Did Beeps lose her YouTube? Did she get terminated? Did she? Atta girl. Hey, Christy. I need to put some lip stuff on. You know that body spray that I showed you guys a while ago? It was before Christmas and it was so good and I got it from the Sephora. Well, I ended up getting all of my daughters and my daughter-in-laws, like my son's baby mamas. I mean, I don't know how else to say it, whatever. I got them that body spray for Christmas, and then one of the things I got Yaba was like all the shit. Like if they made it and I could get my hands on it, I bought it. And just in that one number, whatever it was. What is it? Number 62. It's so good. Into the abyss and abyss antis middle finger emoji. That's right, baby. All right. I need to hold on. I need to move my desk around a little bit. I have my notebook ready and I have my pen. I want to get 71 next, Chris. I do. I'm really excited for 71. I got my pen. I have my Fattyverse podcast pen. Before we get started with a dramatic reading, though, I have relaunched my merch store. There's only 3 items on there right now because we are coming out with all new merch. 2 of the items are classics. It is the Nodder Jesus Burrito Prayer Tumbler and the Price is Right name tag gay tumbler. That one will always stay because I love the rainbow glitter and the gay name tag because I'm so fucking gay. Anyway, and then we have the hold on. Okay. The new Tumblr, the newest Tumblr. Oh, we can't put links in the chat anymore, can we? Okay, fine. How do you put links? Whatever. I'll just share screen. I don't even think about that. I know you can, of course. Linguipster, thank you so much for being a member for 12 months. Just got here and have to leave again. Yes, Linguipster, it'll stay up. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. Thank you for being here. And thank you for being a member for 12 months. We love our Rick's Renegades. Cats Rule. Oh, look at Cats Rule, also a member for 29 months. We love our Basic Betties. Some of those perfumes and lotions attract spiders. I heard that. In fact, one of my daughters sent me the link to the thing. She goes, but I don't care. I'm still bathing in it daily. You had a steroid injection. The doctor was like, wow, it smells like cake in here. We were out to eat. I think it was last weekend. And the server like came like right, like she was standing right between me and Yab. And she was like, wow, somebody smells good. Can we get a big look at the new emoji, babe? Oh, yeah, absolutely. Give me 1 second. Wake up, Maggie. Thank you so much for upgrading your membership to Real Deal Renegades. I appreciate you. So here's Sham's Muggy Tumbler. It is $20 on my merch store. As you can see, I can switch out the glitter color. So if you want a blue background, I can do blue glitter. But this is my favorite. It's the silver glitter because in the actual mug shot, the background is gray. So I just jazzed her up a little bit and changed it to glitter. Tally, Tally, I made you a cup. I just haven't mailed it. God, I'm awful. I'm the worst. Ask my daughters when they're getting their sweatshirts. I told them I make them last Christmas. So don't feel bad. Also, congratulations to Tally, everybody, on the birth of her beautiful grandson, Samuel. Also, this is the part of the giveaway Monday. Imagine enjoying your nice beverage out of this artwork. Yes, I've already made one of these tumblers. It's right here next to me on my desk. And this tumbler right here is going in the giveaway. And I must say, it is some of my best work yet. It really is. Anyway, she's nice. Okay, anyway. Let's see. So, dramatic reading. I guess we're going to get right into it. So, I don't remember when it was. Whenever it was that KB Farms was struggling and the farmers started coming over here, well, I guess they were also using this place called Post. I don't know. Maybe it was like an alternate forum situation. Yeah, I'm going to sign it too. Maybe, I don't know. If somebody in the chat can give me a better explanation of what this Post place is or was, it'd be great. Otherwise, I think it was like an alternative to Kiwi Farms while Kiwi Farms couldn't get their shit together. I really don't fucking know. All right. Well, somehow there was like, it just so happens that while the Kiwi farmers, while their blog was on the struggle bus, um, I guess they all ran over to post, and then there was some sort of data breach. Okay, Nikki P says, yeah, that post got hacked and all the messages leaked, wasn't it? Yes. Post was just an alternative place to chat while the farms was down. That's what I thought. Okay. You just know Josh posts updates there. Oh, okay. Well, that explains, hey girl, hey, how they all migrated over there. Okay. And how all the farmers always knew whenever like the new dot whatever for the farms would come out. Okay. So I think for those of us who are taking notes, okay, get your pens and your notebooks, your whiteboard, whatever. The first thing I think we should note is about Strawberry Douche. All right, Strawberry Douche. You're gonna hear me referring to her as Alia. Strawberry Douche has been doxxed. The dox has been confirmed. Her name is Alia Alexander. It's whatever. Look, you guys know my name. You know Yaba's name. You know we know who we are around here. And if you want to be a player over here, okay, in the girl world universe, okay, over here and involved in our shit, we're gonna know your name. I just think it's fair. Everybody knows, it's like Cheers, where everybody knows your name. So anyway, Strawberry Douche, Alia Alexander, but you're gonna hear me referring to Strawberry Douche as Strawberry Glitter Douche because I just feel like that name more appropriately suits her. And I didn't realize just how similar Strawberry Douche is to Alex Glitter Shit until I read these post leaks. And I'm reading specifically the post leak of the messages between Strawberry Douche, Strawberry Glitter Douche, Alia, and Cecil McFly. And I'm reading these private messages and I'm like, oh my God, Strawberry Douche and Alex Glitter are like one and the same. I'm not saying they're the same person by any means. Obviously, they're not. Strawberry Douche is Alia Alexander, and Alex Glitter Shit is Crystal Alexandra Govmanian, I think is how you say her last name. But anyway, isn't that interesting too, though, that Alex Glitter Shit's real name, her real middle name is Alexandra, and Strawberry Douche's name is Alia Alexander. Anyway, but they're very similar in the way they talk, and you can really see, like, I don't know, Strawberry Douche's like immaturity almost comes out a little bit in these private messages, but it definitely is an eye opener. These messages, and we're gonna read through them together. Birds of a feather, Alex and Douche, exactly. So what you guys need to understand though is, I mean, it's obvious. Everybody knows the Kiwi Farms is not what it used to be. Take that for what it is, whatever your understanding of that to be. But it's not what it used to be at all whatsoever. And quite honestly, and I'm not just saying this because the farms has been being so mean to me. Like, I don't give a rat's ass if the farms is mean to me, if the bodega is mean to me, if the attic is mean to me. People have been being mean to me online from day one. And that's fine. I don't know. Maybe it's I don't know, maybe it does it for me in some unconscious level or something. I don't know. But it is what it is. The farms is fucked up. And it's coming to light. And they're really exposing themselves, this group of farm bloggers. They're exposing themselves and their little scheme, their little pyramid scheme, or whatever it is they got going on. And the players are becoming clear. Their roles are becoming clear. Like, we're connecting all the dots here. And it's really quite comical because what you have here is Strawberry Douche, Olive Oil, and Pink Lava. And the three of them have really got themselves worked up. They really think they're something. Strawberry Douche really truly believes that she is some sort of like evil genius puppet master. And she really thinks she's doing something over here and manipulating and controlling the players in this community. And it's crazy because I had never heard of the onion farms before. Like, I had no fucking idea about some onion farms. And the only reason we even found our way over there to the onion farms a couple of days ago is because, well, obviously we knew Strawberry Douche had been doxxed before, but and we knew some other farmers had been doxxed, but we really truly didn't pay attention to that. Like, didn't care. Like, whatever they're doxxed. Like, I don't care who they are. And this wasn't, necessarily during a time when, oh, we didn't, Sam and Yabba didn't care when we were being nice to them, but now that we're not being nice to them, now they care. Well, I mean, maybe. We just didn't care. We don't get involved in all the gay ops and all the backroom stuff and the behind the scenes stuff. Like, we don't have time for that shit, okay? And we can't keep up with all this shit. But it's becoming harder and harder to ignore this shit or not have time for it, right? So we end up on the onion farms because Yaba was like, well, I know Strawberry Juice has been doxxed and I'm sure it's out there somewhere. So I'm pretty sure she literally just like Googled it and the onion farms comes up. So we're, perusing, and not even we, it was her. Like, yeah, we were in bed, okay? And I was tired. So I was just kind of, laying there. And she's scrolling the onion farms and she's like reading these posts on the onion farms talking about the exact little trio of people that we've been talking about, me and her, privately. The Strawberry Douche, the Olive Oil, the Pink Lava, and of course there's other names sprinkled in here and there, the Dark Ninja, Dog Prom, whatever. But these people, I don't know who's posting over there on the onion farms. The Kiwi farm bloggers would want you to believe that that's all just the bodega, so ignore it. It has no credibility. Oh, that's just the bodega over there. I don't fucking know. But what I do know is there are posts on that onion farms forum from, like, just for example, back in October, and they are saying the same fucking shit about this little trio of Kiwi farmers that me and Yaba have been saying. That they are they're a little group being led by Strawberry Douche. Strawberry Douche thinks she's some kind of fucking puppet master. Like, I was just like blown away at how, like, dead on this Onion Farms is about her. Hold on, I can't get my computer to open up. Give me a second. It went to sleep. So I haven't read everything over there on that Onion Farms thing. But listen, there, I wanted to read this one little thing. I read this and I was like, holy shit, man. This was posted during the time when Strawberry Douche turned on Olive Oil because Olive Oil, I guess, got exposed for cozying up a little too close to the Dark Ninja, and that whole thing blew up. Was an embarrassing or something. I don't know. Oh my gosh, hold on. Here we go. Wait, did I screenshot it? Yeah, hold on. No, not that. Sorry. I started looking at this on one computer and then I have to stream on one computer and that's how I fucked up. So whatever. Okay, here we go. October 18th, 2023. Just so happens to be that's my birthday. And I don't know who posted it. I don't care. But they posted a screenshot of Null posting at Olive Oil. How fucking low are your standards? Holy shit. Get some self-esteem. Are you a man? And then whoever posted it said, looks like Olive Oil has let Kiwi. It looks like Olive Oil has left Kiwi after Alia Alexander, Strawberry Douche, Pay Pig Extreme got all the mods to disavow her. Wonder why they don't come down on Alia for puppeting Dark Ninja or making Discord alts to join Tragic server to spy on it. This was back on October 18th. And let me tell you what, the absolute fuck shit going on involving Strawberry Douche, Olive Oil, who I believe her name is Donna Morte on the YouTubes now, Cecil McFly, and Pink Lava. The absolute fuck shit going down that has been going down over here for months is absolutely fucking astonishing. And we're going to visit that today. But again, if you're taking notes, these are the names you need to write down: StrawberryDouche, Olive Oil, Pink Lava. And you know what? I almost feel sorry for Pink Lava. And you know what? I really hope that I don't end up getting burned for that. Because I feel like Pink Lava is just kind of going along with StrawberryDouche and Olive Oil / Donna Morte more or less because she doesn't really know how to get out of that little trifecta unscathed. She saw what StrawberryDouche did to Olive Oil when the Olive Oil Dark Ninja thing got leaked. And I really just feel like Pink Lava is just kind of getting bitched around by StrawberryDouche and Donna Morte Olive Oil, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Here, I'm going to share this screenshot. Where is my, okay. We're going to get to the dramatic reading, but I'm just kind of, just want to like not forget to show this stuff too. So this also comes from the Onion Farms, and here we go. This was back in October too, right around the same time. StrawberryDouche's post says, I have repeatedly warned people not to consort with lol cows, as they are lol cows for a reason. I have repeatedly warned people to not fuck around off site. I have repeatedly told them in the easiest to understand terms to not gay op and stay the fuck out of discords. My advice has been repeatedly ignored, and I told them that engaging in one and or all of these things would end badly. Once again, I've been proven correct. Jesus, gay opping Discord. Christ, you guys. Stop trying to suck all the goddamn fun out of the farms. Wow, Alia. That's interesting, because are you not gay opping all over Belinda Fella's chat? Where else are this little merry little band of farmers seen regularly in chats? Where? Gigi? Belinda? Where else are they? Exactly. Hey girl, hey. Gatekeeping hypocrite. Whatever onion farmer posted this said, another breakup. Alia had to disavow Olive Oil despite being so involved in all the Discord stuff. I'm going to read that again. Alia, StrawberryDouche, had to disavow Olive Oil despite also being involved in all the Discord stuff. Except Olive Oil talked to the king of, I don't know what that is, and Dark. Those DMs got leaked, so now she's in trouble. Real rat behavior, stabbing her friends in the back for Kiwi clout. The rat tattoo she has is very fitting. What's whose YouTube name? Kimberlina. Yep. So anyway, there's that. I love that for you, StrawberryDouche. These people are the most jobless, chronically online freaks. Oh my god. Yeah, and we're the losers. Me and Yaba are the losers. Really, StrawberryDouche? This is literally your life. And this is why I say she's got so much fucking in common. And she's so like Alex Glitter shit, because both of them are literally. Oh yeah, her name on YouTube is Strawberry Kiwi. We should probably make that list as well, shouldn't we? So we can keep all the players straight. So Olive Oil, it's Donna Morte, right? Strawberry Kiwi is StrawberryDouche, is Alia Alexander. Olive Oil is now Donna Morte. Pink Lava. Who was I forgetting? Cecil is on the list, guys. So now, help me out. Because it's my understanding Cecil McFly is Cecil blah, 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 blah. Cecil McFly is a YouTuber. Yes, no. Meaning, like, okay, Strawberry Douche, Olive Oil, Pink Lava, those are farmers. Cecil McFly is not a freaking farmer, right? They're a YouTuber? Or are the lines blurred with Cecil? Effie Cujo says yes, a great YouTuber. Okay. But is Cecil a known farmer? Oh, don't worry, Rissa. I have my whiteboard started. With over 100K subs, she dips her toe everywhere. Okay, but my question is specifically, is Cecil like a farmer, like a known farmer? No, Cecil is a verified YouTuber of over 100,000 subs. Okay. You thought Gigi was Ask My Dominatrix? I don't know who Ask My Dominatrix is. I have no idea. I know that I just recently found out that Gigi was was it Discounted Life or something? Some account that was extremely racist. How that got past me, I don't know. I'd like to know, but it did, which I thought was interesting. She chills in Belinda's chat. Cecil. Oh, yes. Cecil and Belinda are very close friends. Let's make note of that as well. In fact, yeah, very close. Belinda and Cecil, yes. Sends Belinda and Gigi super chats. Okay. Her and Thoughts and Opinions have always used the farms for their videos, and the farms like them. Jay says, I'm snitching today. Thank you so much, Jay. Appreciate you. Okay, but just bottom line, like, Cecil's name is going on the list with this particular group of farmers, but just let it be known that Cecil was not originally a farmer. Cecil is a YouTuber. So that's why I'm putting a big fat asterisk by Cecil's name. Because that for me, I feel like this is important, to know. I don't know. Okay, so give me a second. No. Okay, hold on. Wow, Strawberry Douche really wanted people to know that she was a Kiwi farmer, huh? She made her YouTube name Strawberry Kiwi. I want everyone to know I'm a farmer and I come from the farms. I love that for you, Strawberry Douche. Yes, we all know you're a farmer and you come from the farms, and we will never forget. All right? Does that make you happy? Is that a little taste of the clout that you've always hoped and dreamed for, Strawberry Douche? I hope so. Okay. Strawberry Douche is Strawberry Kiwi is Alia. That's great. I just feel like it needs to be a little bigger. Okay. Then we have olive oil equals Donna Morte. Right? Right. All right. And then we've got pink lava. Uh-oh. You gotta be kidding. There we go. And pink lava, okay, I don't know. Her name is Sama, I think. Sama. Is that her real name according to her docs? I think so. Then we have Cecil McFly, who we're going to put an asterisk. YouTuber, not farmer. Don't forget it. All right. All right, this is just a rough little mock-up. I'll fix it later, but I wanted to put it on the screen because what I'm reading for the dramatic reading today is not going to be on the screen because it's going to be there's some language and things that's probably not safe. So, it's fine. You guys can look at this. How about that? Where's my why is that opening? That is so weird. Okay, anyway, I got it. Don't you worry about it. How does that look? Is it the right way? Can you see it? Yes. Okay. Let me go back to the chat. Couldn't see the chat for a while. Okay. Lisa Simpson says, Jay, come sit by me. Wasn't Discounted Life a Gigi and Juan collab gay ops? Claudio Beach Ball? I think you're right. Discounted Life was run by Gigi Neggs and Tragic. Oh, I love that. I love that. I hear that Clara Hondra was in Peanuts chat when she was live last night with Gaining Ground, and they are on the apology tour and they're all kissing and making up. So let it be known that Peanut, Gigi, Belender Feller, that they are all currently, as we speak, in the middle of negotiating a truce and a new alliance with the Attic. And those are facts. Go. It all went down in Peanuts chat yesterday. So, Gigi, Belinda the Bigot Beggar, Peanuts are all currently, as we speak, kissing and making up with the Attic, and they're all going to be friends again. Isn't that great? It's totally fine because the best part about it is, listen, the best part about that is that has completely and totally set off the bodega, and they are ready to expose everything. They are so beside themselves. Tragic and AK, they've already let the cat out of the bag that I guess Clara Hondra knew exactly who called DCS on me and Yaba, and that there is a recorded Discord server where the person who made the call was talking about it, and apparently Clara Honda was in there cheering them on. Yep, and Tragic's gonna drop it all. It's gonna be great. Anyway, where was I? Okay, so strawberry douche equals strawberry kiwi equals Alia. Olive oil equals Donna Morte. Pink lava, her real name is Sama. Cecil McFly is a YouTuber, not a farmer. Don't forget. All right. Okay. Um, let's see. Where is my? Here we go. Okay, so this comes from the Post DM leak. So again, when the farms was struggling last year real bad and Josh couldn't keep it going, the farmers had nowhere to do their little blogging, so they all went over to this Post forum, and somehow this Post forum got hacked, and everybody's email addresses that they used to create their Post accounts and also all of their private messages were leaked, and somehow I think the bodega got a hold of them. I think the Attic got a hold of them. I remember, I think Clara did a stream. She was about, I think that was the first time her pussy got wet probably in like 30 years. But nobody paid attention to it back then because who fucking cares? Oh, the post. I wasn't over there. I didn't have a Post account. My DMs didn't get leaked on the internet. My email address didn't get leaked. I did not fucking care, you know? And it was the bodega and the Attic talking about it. Extra don't care, like whatever. Well, here we are, January 2024, and Strawberry Douche has single-handedly, along with her little partners in crime, Olive Oil, Pink Lava, and Cecil fucking McFly, with the help of a Belinda bigot beggar and a Gigi, have single-handedly fucking destroyed the farms. So somebody put a little bug in my ear. They're like, hey, why don't you go listen to the Cecil McFly and Strawberry Douche DM leaks? Why don't you go have a look at them? I was like, oh yeah. They're like, yeah. I was like, all right, I will. Fine. You want to see a little bit of what I found in there? before we get started and read it word for word? Here, I'm going to give you a little teaser. Let's see what I can find. What is in my little file? Let's see. Oh, here's something. Let's see. Take this down for just a second. Well, here's Cecil McFly in a conversation with StrawberryDouche. Oh, here's the date, guys. Is that November 19th, 2022? Is that when it happened? Over a year ago. Cecil McFly says, I miss her live streams. Oh, they're talking about Katie, MFW. I miss her live streams. I was working on a video on her called Barfly Simulator, but not gonna lie, the people nonstop crying over every little thing she did annoyed me. Like they were reporting her for drug abuse and taking a vitamin B injection. Like, fuck all the way off. I'm pretty sure they were talking about Katie. Anyway, whatever. Doesn't matter. Look at this. And her boyfriend hit her dog lightly, and everyone was crying dog abuse. It wasn't animal abuse. I have huge dogs, and if you give them that kind of hit, they think I'm playing, LOL. So not only is Cecil McFly excusing animal abuse, but admitting to being an animal abuser themselves. I don't know this Cecil McFly person. This is what I know about Cecil McFly, what I've seen in these DM leaks, and what else I know about Cecil McFly is the first time. Oh yes, also standing MFW. All right. Oh, Effie Cujo says Cecil is supposed to be a huge animal rights advocate. Is that right, Effie Cujo? I can't tell. I would never hit one of my animals, not even lightly or playfully. You don't hit animals. You don't hit animals. Anyway, this is what else I know about Cecil McFly. I guess that first time we fell out with Belinda, remember? Here, I'll help clear this up for the bloggers since Twinkie, since your memory is a little fuzzy. Yaba had an interview scheduled with Tyrant's Downfall. It was our mod and friend, Bunny, who identified the correct band. Yaba reached out to them immediately, scheduled an interview for the next morning. The next morning. Not at some point in the future. No, there's no question. It was scheduled for the next morning. Anyway, so when that whole thing went down or whatever, I think it was in the brief aftermath of that Yaba and I both blocked Cecil McFly on Twitter. I can't tell you exactly what it was that a fucking Cecil McFly said that got them blocked by both of us on Twitter, but Cecil was blocked on Twitter. Well, it was later on after the Kiwi Farm bloggers started popping up in everybody's chat and kind of cozying up and butting up and nudging right up next to the certain select YouTube content creators that I believe it was via Pink Lava. Cecil McFly sent the message via Pink Lava to me asking both myself and Yaba to unblock Cecil McFly. Now, if you're following along on Twitter, you'll know that Pink Lava and I have a lengthy history in the DMs. That's right. I was DMing with Pink Lava. She would share information with us. I would share information with her. Sometimes she would post the information I gave her on the farms. Sometimes she wouldn't. But Pink Lava, and I'm not the one who disclose publicly that Pink Lava and I have private messages together or what they consist of. That was the Kiwi Farm bloggers over there over the last few days decided that they were going to start DM dumping. And the DMs that they're dumping are DMs between myself and Pink Lava. Isn't that interesting? Wouldn't you think that that is not so? I mean, I don't know. That's just not really behavior I would say that I would come to expect from actual real deal OG Kiwi farmers. They wouldn't behave like that. If they were to cross the line, cross over that imaginary line as a farmer and start actually interacting with reactors, cows, whoever it may be on the YouTubes, you would think that I don't know. You just think it would be beneath them to then at some point in the future when they were, had their little feathers ruffled by them that they would start dumping DMs. Who does that? I mean, it's fine. It's whatever. I have no problem. Dump the DMs, whatever. I'm just saying, you know, it doesn't look great, but whatever. So, yeah. The strawberry douche, olive oil, pink lava, Cecil McFly, little gal pal pack over there has started dumping my DMs between Pink Lava and I, and it's totally fine. Um, so I started going back through me and Pink Lava's DMs to see what all's in there or whatever, and that is how I know for a fact that it was Pink Lava who was sent because obviously Strawberry Douche and Olive Oil and Cecil McFly, they all knew that Pink Lava was the one who got in on the DMs with me, with Sam and Yaba. And I say Sam and Yaba. I don't believe Yaba was DMing with. No, I think she did DM with Pink Lava some. I think she did, but it was primarily me, simply because Yaba doesn't really do DMs. But anyway, I digress. So Cecil McFly had Pink Lava come to me in the DMs and asked that we unblock Cecil. And honestly, listen, I whatever. I've always kind of had a rule, just a rule of thumb, just across the board in general, that if I blocked you, I'm not going to unblock you. Like, if there was a reason that I blocked you, I just don't see, just because you ask, "Hey, can you unblock me?" Like, I've always found that so fucking weird. I mean, people come in the chat all the time. "Hey, can you unblock me?" Like, I blocked this person for a reason. It just perplexes me that people would, be like, "Hey, I realized you blocked me, but can you unblock me?" So anyway, like I said, just as a rule in general, I typically don't unblock people. Well, here comes fucking Pink Lava. She's like, "Hey, Cecil says, can you unblock?" And I'm like, so of course, whatever. Like, honestly, and if I went back, if I found my messages with Yaba that matched up to the same time frame as that, I bet you that I probably went to her and I was like, Cecil McFly wants to be unblocked. Like, who's Cecil McFly? Like, I even had to ask you guys, a YouTuber or a farmer? Because I don't know. I can't tell anymore. And that's the honest to God truth. Anyway, so we unblocked Cecil McFly because Cecil McFly asked Pink Lava to come to me in the DMs and ask that they be unblocked. So, okay, fine. That's all I know about a Cecil McFly. I don't know nothing else. Nothing. Kate Bunn says, I have a feeling since Sam's been around the internet long enough, she doesn't DM without the thought of they may get shown. Dude, and listen, if I'm going to say something in DM, I'm saying that shit out in real life too. Okay. It always has been, always will be. And I'm doing that shit under my own name, my own face. I'm not a fucking bitch. I don't hide behind a sock. I don't have a third party make fucking phone calls. If I feel a phone call needs to be made, bitch, I'm making it from my phone. I'm not blocking my number neither. Okay. I'm going to introduce myself. Anyway, so here is, let's see, Strawberry Douche, Olive Oil, Pink Lava, and Blender Fellers, BFF Cecil McFly, who is not only excusing animal abuse, but admitting themselves, admitting to animal abuse themselves. So I find that interesting. If you think this is shocking to see out of Cecil McFly's own mouth, wait till you see what else Cecil's involved in. Okay, let's see. let's get to. So this is the, oh wait, I want to put that thing back up so we can keep track of the players. Although I forgot one. Jesus, Samantha. Hold please. Jesus. Here we go. We'll make it just a little bigger. There we go. why that will not pop back up no matter what. Okay, there we go. Missed your tone. Keep your head up, and thanks for exposing the weirdos. Thank you so much. I missed y'all too. All right, here we go, guys. We are 1 hour, 1 minute in, and now we're getting to the dramatic reading. I love it. It's fine. It's Friday. We deserve this, right? Yes, we do. Okay. Uh-oh. There we go. All right. So it looks like this first bit is dated September 4th, 2022. And oh my stars, why is it blurry? Is that because I re-uploaded it? Does it stay blurry? Yes, it does. Don't worry, guys. I have it elsewhere. Chill out. Where is my... Okay, let's see. Unreal. I'll just play it from here since I'm not screen sharing it. It's fine. Okay. Oh, Hillbilly Famous. Is that not Belinda? Of course it is. Okay, so this is actually from a Discord. And like this is what the video starts with. So I'm a little out of context on it, but you guys can't see it anyway. Kai, by the way, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. Should you play from start now, or will it still make enough sense from here? Cramblings, you might want to back up. I know Genitalia Pondu. I love it. It's my favorite. Okay, so here we go. It says okay, the person in this Discord message is Retribution with a brick. I don't know who that is. But it looks like Belinda Feller says, apparently you've got to walk on eggshells with this one, just like pegs. And then there was a link to a post. Hillbilly Famous says she blocked me and Alex. Oh, she's talking about Yaba. Oh, I can share that real quick. Well, no, never mind. Just take my word for it. Okay, so this is Belinda Feller in a general chat Discord, which I guess is hers, saying that apparently you got to walk on eggshells with this one, just like Peg. She blocked me and Alex. That was May 25th, 2023. Strawberry Douche replies, don't forget, Strawberry Douche and Belinda Feller are good friends and have been good friends for some time. I don't think a lot of people know that either. I mean, like, good friends. Like, they talk on the phone. Like, Belinda knows Strawberry Douche's phone number. She knows who she is. Like, they are friends. Belinda Feller, I would say, did you guys know that Belinda was such close friends with Ron that his mother sent her earrings? Like, that level of close friends is what I understand is going on. So keep that in mind. So then Strawberry Douche, she posts a screenshot of Yaba also blocking them, I guess, her, and says they need to calm the fuck down, thinking she's a big dog who owns everything. This, I believe, was the Tyrant's Downfall episode, maybe. Uh-oh. I don't want volume. There we go. Okay. Oh, I don't know why it stopped. Okay. Okay, so then that was from Discord, but this next thing is then from the post DM leak, and this is Cecil McFly and Strawberry Douche, September 4th, 2022. Cecil McFly says, "Is this the Strawberry Douche?" Strawberry Douche, "Yes, ma'am. A very angry and sad Strawberry Douche. I think my last post on the farms was that the tranny whackers got you in thought." Cecil McFly posts a link to kiwifarms.ru. Cecil McFly says, "Come back, but yeah, fuck trannies. I hate people think I'm one." Strawberry Douche, "Fuck the groom troons." I don't really know what that means. And then Strawberry Douche says, "TWNBARW, like you." OMG, Josh is such a fucking legend. I don't have Twitter, but I really appreciated yours and thoughts when we were down. I love bitches who swing hard. Oh, look at Strawberry Douche love bombing Cecil McFly. That's interesting, huh? And then Cecil says, don't forget BFFs with Belinda Feller, I believe is who Cecil is. Yeah. Cecil says, dude, not gonna lie, I cried a little when Crowdflare, the FAGGOTS, bent the knee after acting so tough. I sent out a gay ass message to my patrons like, I'm done because men are going to pretend to be women and oppress us. Which is true. I'm a hardcore turf, says Cecil. Cecil says, I just play nice to them troons because it's not worth ruining my life over. Aw, it's so sad. Keffels is garbage. Cecil says, I'm going to get Belinda to post Don't Out Me as a turf. I still have to play nice on YouTube. Cecil McFly says, I'm going to get Belinda to post Don't Out Me as a turf. I still have to play nice on YouTube. Are you meaning to tell me that Belinda Feller is nothing more than a puppet for the Kiwi farmers and friends who use language such as FAGGOT? Strawberry Douche says, I would never. Turf gang, baby. Cecil McFly said, oh, Troon is a trans groomer. Thank you, Sophia. I'm not up with this language. I don't understand these things. Cecil McFly says, so, side goal. I want to talk mean about DC. So mean here, she tells me to eat a sandwich on stream. DC is so fun to fuck with. She's like my comfort retard. Cecil McFly. Strawberry Douche says, I'm torn between wanting her to never die and hoping Ron ignores the body until she starts leaking from the ceiling and into the part of the house below they won't allow him in. Did you see this from Atomic Age Animal? And then there's a link to a Kiwi Farm post. Cecil says, oh my God, no, the titties. I'm so sad now. Strawberry Juice says, literally crying. What a remarkable place it was, and now it's gone. I loved it, Josh, and many people there. Cecil McFly says it's up on tour, still active too, talking about the farms. Cecil says, I'm reading though it's not over, Kiwi sister. Hold on. They opened the link that went nowhere. Now they're going back. Okay. It's not over, Kiwi sister. Strawberry Douche says, I'm there now and trying to get into my private messages and read a few threads. My heart is broken for us and the world. Good luck on your video today. You are so talented and smart, and I know it will be smashing. I will be watching. Be sure to post a link here. Cecil McFly says, and a real woman. Don't forget that perk about me. Knew Kiwi Farms wouldn't last, so I cried on Saturday night till my boyfriend called me a retarded FAGGOT. How do you feel about that language, Cliff? Never mind, don't answer that because you're a big fat fucking liar who big fat fucking lies about everything. Now aren't you gaining ground? Cliff, you are. I'll prove it. Just wait. Let me just check my notes for a second. Let's see. Detective Berezny? Is that how you say it? Cliff, are you going to admit you're a big fat fucking liar before I have to prove you're one? No? Fine. Anywho, where were we? Oh, that's right. Cliff and Belinda's friend, Cecil McFly, saying FAGGOT again in private messages with Strawberry Douche. That's where we were. Here we go. Cecil says, I cried on Saturday night till my BF called me a retarded FAGGOT. Strawberry Douche says, we all did. Strawberry Juice says, we're all retarded FAGGOTS today. Probably every day, really, says Strawberry Douche. Cecil says, I remember when Fat People Hate got banned. The only reason I was a Redditor was to talk about hating fat people. Who hates fat people? Like, see, I feel like that's part of the problem here. Why do you hate fat people, Cecil? Does that mean you hate your friend Belinda? Because she's a big fatty McFatterton too. Anyhow, Cecil says the only reason I was a Redditor was to talk about hating fat people. That was such a sad day. Big L. This feels like a second L. Strawberry Douche says, of all their crimes, trannies taking our fatties away is the most egregious. Cecil McFly says, they still can't orgasm. Strawberry Douche says, neither can the fatties. They are the same sexless blobs, the both of them. I'll have you know that I come harder fat than I ever did when I was skinny. Now you know. Okay. Strawberry Juice says, oh yeah, she says the both of them. Strawberry Juice says, God damn, I didn't think I could laugh this morning. You're the best. Heart emoji. Cecil says, it will be okay. Maybe disappearing for a few months, Kiwi Farms can come back. God, I hate using lolcow.farm. Some tranny is tuning it up too, said Cecil McFly. Strawberry Juice says, oh God, I hate them. Cecil says, men always win. They put on dresses to fuck us over. To fuck us over more. I'm entirely what is this? I'm entirely black-pilled. I'm gonna just go have some kids now and live a happy life as revenge. Cecil, such language. I mean, did we know Cecil was that this was? Did we know this about Cecil? Is this? I mean, this has been up on the internet for quite some time, and Cecil's just traipsing around. Gigi and Belinda going to the attic, right where they belong, with no heat either. I agree. So wild how filled with hate these people are. I agree, Kimmy D. Disgusting. So Cecil says, I'm just going to go have some kids now and live a happy life as revenge. Strawberry Douche replies, that's the only revenge we have left. When the left oinks about male privileges, it wholly and solely resides in tranny menace. Wow. Wow, Alia Alexander. Cecil McFly says Lucas legit scares men. I don't know what that means. I don't care. Strawberry Juice says there are nearly 1,700 people watching your video right now. I am so proud of you. Fuck yes. I hope you make a mint off of it. Who does this sound like? Rah, rah, ree, kick him in the knee, cheerleading, love bombing, gassing a motherfucker up. Who does this sound like? A non-YouTuber who spends all day and all night around the clock not only following but heavily involved and entrenched in the fuck shit, gaslighting, love bombing, and gassing up a YouTuber from the wings. Who does this sound like? Who does this sound like? This is Alex fucking Glitter shit to a fucking T. Strawberry Douche is the Alex Glitter shit of what used to be Kiwi Farms, and she has fucking destroyed it. And Josh, you should be fucking embarrassed, dude. You should be embarrassed that you've got Strawberry Douche all over your fucking forum, not only wrecking it with absolute messy, just embarrassing cow shit, but Strawberry Douche is name dropping you like a motherfucker. To hear Strawberry Douche tell it, y'all are BFFs, Josh. Is that so? Is Strawberry Douche so fucking cool that she's BFFs with the Josh of Kiwi Farms? Josh, wrangle your cow. That's right. Hey, girl, hey. Since Callie's channel died, she traded her in. Mm-mm-mm. Cecil says, God, I saw drop Kiwi Farms in chat. I hope Keffels isn't trying to flag me. Strawberry Juice says, cunts. Cecil says, I need 2,000 viewers so I can say I have 2 Keffel streams of views. Strawberry Juice says, you got it, baby, 2,100. Cecil says, 2 Keffel streams and this ain't even my job. Cecil says, so my BF said we could get in trouble with ISP access Kiwi Farms on tour. Is this true? Strawberry Juice says, I don't think it is. Tour is perfectly legal. I have no idea if they can or will throttle you for it, though. ISPs can't see who you visit on tour. This is what Strawberry Juice says. Gosh, she's so wise. She's so cool. She knows about tour and ISPs. I think it's great. I know, Tally. I have secondhand embarrassment for Josh as well, and it's Strawberry Juice. She's brought it upon him. Isn't that something? Okay, anyway. Cecil says, I need DC here. I don't know why they said that, but whatever. Strawberry Juice says, ROFL, rolling on the floor laughing, and then links a Kiwi Farms thread from a post from Ron's thread. Post number 129234330. Cecil responds and says, I saw his new channel. I'm catching up on Belinda's stream right now. DC Media Girl and Negs really cheer me up. Strawberry Juice says, the old pictures though, the Senate ID fucking dead. Cecil says, OMG. And then Cecil posts a link to a post notice. I don't know what it is. Don't care. Cecil says she looks like a corpse. Is that a cold sore? Okay, hold on. They're clicking the links, but I'm pretty sure like every link that is in here like no longer works. Yeah, not found. So Cecil says, is that a cold sore? Mind you, the date on these all so far, I believe, is September 6th. Like Cecil and Strawberry Douche spend a lot of time in private message together. Strawberry Douche and Belinda spend a lot of time in private message together. And I can tell you for a fact, I can prove it because Pink Lava was constantly saying, so me and Strawberry Douche and Olive Oil were talking like constantly. She was constantly coming in the DM telling me, so me and Strawberry Douche and Olive Oil were da 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 da. So Strawberry Douche is absolutely the fucking Alex Glitter of what used to be the farms, and I think it's fucking great. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so Cecil McFly said, is that a cold sore? Strawberry Douche said, should I post that link on Hater Nation like a dick on a stick to try and lure her over? Cecil says, oh my God, I'd love it if she came here and tried to slap fight with me. I bet you would, Cecil, you fucking freak. Cecil says, but she never fucks around when I show up. I'm almost as much as a buzz killer for fucking with DC as much as Mrs. Parker. Then Cecil says, flat as a Danish pancake. I think they're talking about her butt or her boobs. I don't know. Don't care. Then Cecil says, I don't know if I'm schizo posting, but there's a new account liking all these posts with Scott Stevens' picture. And I think Scott Stevens is dumb enough to use a selfie as his Kiwi Farms account. Strawberry Juice says, what's the screen name? Okay, so now we've gone from September 6th to October 12th, 2022, if you're keeping track. So over a month later, Strawberry Juice says, what's the screen name? And then Strawberry Juice says, by the way, did you see BGTV beat the brakes off Negs? Kate has a nice compilation. Kate Winslet, I guess. Well, that's another farmer all up in certain creators chats, isn't it? I don't know. Wicked Crafter, thank you so much for being a member for 2 months. Thank you. I'm glad to be back as well. Okay. Strawberry Juice said, by the way, did you see BGTV beat the brakes off Negs? Kate has a nice compilation. And then Cecil McFly says, literally Hitler. And then Cecil says, and yes, I did. The whole reason I went down this rabbit hole with these accounts is because there's a thread on Petty Fam and Geek Room in the Prospering Grounds, and I started looking at accounts supporting it. Maybe it's someone who hates Scott, but I'm down a rabbit hole because of this thread. Strawberry Douche says the OP of that thread and literally Hitler signed up within a day of each other, July 18th, 19th. This is the same pattern we saw when Tragic and his Tard army signed up. Reactive Attachments was one who was outed by Atomic Age Animal. Burger King, who we have not publicly outed yet, is Tragic. The OP is sympathetic to Dark Ninja, who is Tragic's accomplice. Now, mind you, this was October of 2022. Let's see, and was immediately doxxed and ridiculed upon first post. Whoever literally Hitler is, he's part of that sped vortex. I'll pass this on to AAA and Bacon's fucking idiots. Cecil says, thank you, LMAO. I spent hours reading the OP, not understanding any of this. And then Cecil says, I think Dark Ninja also showed his ass in the Zoo Sadist thread way back. So this is October of 2022. It was like around this time and then like the following month, November and then December. If you recall, that is when the attic and the bodega joined forces again. And they hatched a little plan to go after me and Yaba, and then remember the Zoomy Booby gang and the phone calls and blah 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 blah, and then we all ended up in court. So that's this time frame. No, Pink Lava is not Cecil. That's two separate lines. I'll fix it. Don't worry. I just slapped it together on the live. Wicked Crafter. Oh, I already got that. Thank you. Okay. Then Cecil says, never mind, it wasn't that profile of Dark Ninja at least. Then Cecil says, LMAO, I'm reading this thread. Alex doesn't even know who Damon is. Strawberry Douche says, of course he doesn't. These stupid racial slur have a personal axe to grind on him for some reason. At least the thread is funny now. And then Strawberry Juice says, a screechin' and a chimpin'. Cecil McFly says, like, I think some people find, I don't know, Animancer worthy to talk about, but instead of that, the OP reads about BGTV and Irate Alex. None of this matters. We're just reading through it. Yes, this message was around the time Dark Ninja broke up with Tragic. Yes. And then remember, Tragic ended up naming Dark Ninja when he called DCS on us. He gave Dark Ninja's real legal name and his address. Yeah. Let's see. Okay. So here's Strawberry Juice just knows everything. Yeah, the opener ultimately feels like a throwaway so he can get to the part where he beats his dick over Alex and BGTV, both of whom have a lot of goodwill at the moment. This new thing of everyone I hate criticizes me as a pedo bullshit really pisses me off, to be honest. Cecil McFly. With the Animancer guy, they didn't really post any evidence he's a PDO. I ended up looking through the Amazing Atheist thread to read a little lore, and there was a lot of drama around this guy like 6 years ago. But the ages between the two people vary in every telling, and if it's what I read of a 19-year-old flirting with a 16-year-old, then I don't care. And there are actual pedos to spend energy on. Okay. That was Cecil McFly. Strawberry Douche. Not long before the Great Troon Tantrum 2022, there was some suggestive evidence in Ron's thread that he and Tragic had once again docked their dicks and made up. That would explain the heavy focus and obsession on Alex in that thread and the effort to smear him as a pedo adjacent. Clara's raging hate on for Alex is legendary at this point, and this has to be a matter of one lip-wristed hand washing the other. Cecil says, you made me hopeful Negs was transing. OMG, DC's stream today was one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Oh, that was on my birthday, 2022. Strawberry Juice says, ooh, I'll watch it now. Vicky's roast of her last night was the best I've seen. Fucking perfect. Oh, more love bombing. Strawberry Douche. Cecil McFly says, oh, I'll watch that too, but I have a theory after reading the SRS horror thread last night. That thread talked about UTIs and how UTIs and old people make them act crazy and loopy. Maybe DC has a UTI and that's why she's acting so schizophrenic. So Cecil McFly really enjoys the Kiwi farms. They spend a lot of time over there. Okay. Strawberry Juice says that's been one long ass UTI, man. Cecil says, I don't know. I never watched her before this arc, not even while researching for my video because she was so boring and yawn. But I hear she used to make sense, but she makes zero sense. Like she just in a fight starting showing people pictures of her childhood house. Why? And then Cecil says, sorry, I'm high. Watching DC High is the best. Strawberry Juice says, you only need to listen to her once. It's just 2 hours of geriatric juggalo and her crippling psychosis over and over and over every day. Cecil says, I'm obsessed. Then Cecil says, haha, so the show she allegedly booked Tucker on for Fox was actually a MSNBC show. Strawberry Douche says, quote, my friend Tucker Carlson is legit one of the funniest things she's ever said. The absolute state of dementia these days. Cecil says, that UTI mind melts strong. I love her. And then Cecil says, this is like 2 days later. Also, have you ever seen Dark Ninja's videos? He has a retard voice. Did you hear that, Dark Ninja? Cecil McFly says you have a retard voice. I just wanted you to know that since you're quite itchy around the Twitterverse these days. Hey, DG. Cecil says, oh, you posted some LMAO. I showed him to my Ralph A-log server. I don't know what that means. Strawberry says, LOL, yes. 2 of them were posted the night he made his debut on the farms in Hater Nation. I recently reposted them in that gay personal army thread in PG. I don't know what that is neither. Cecil says, I saw OMG. So back when I tried to make the girl stream happen with the pink kill stream, rip off logo ninja emailed me to be on and it was pathetic. I don't know what the fuck that means either, to be honest. Cecil says, our tragic nation trying to expose Kiwi farms for doxing because ain't that already out in the open? Strawberry says he's trying to ride the doxing is bad bandwagon so the 2 Twitter tards that watch him will suck his victim dick harder and to impress his boyfriend Ron. Cecil says, I just don't get it. Like, yeah, you can think doxing is bad, but I think it goes without needing an expose Kiwi farmers dox. Like, I just don't get this, LMAO. It's like trying to expose water for being wet. I'm going to cry, man. Thoughts just told me it's the end. I think of the Kiwi farms is what they mean. I don't know. Kiwi farms isn't an intellectual space or your personal army. If you're not familiar with that side of the internet, then just say that. Are you talking to me? I don't know. Okay, Strawberry Douche, and this is the October 28th. This is 8 days later. So this is Strawberry Douche and Cecil talking privately over a period of many, many weeks. Strawberry Douche says, I have every faith and confidence in Null, but this is indeed the end of the sidewalk. If they manage to shut down his final solution, then it's the end of the farms, free communication and the internet. It's heartbreaking. Yeah, I think it is the end. I plan on downloading the archive of it when available and tell stories on it, but damn, I really want to read people laughing at DC right now. That was Cecil. Strawberry Juice says, maybe we should consider making our own Death Fat Fediverse. Maybe one for each cow? I have no idea how any of this works. I've never had so much fun on the internet as I have had on the farms. I never told anyone, but for nearly 3 years, I've been one of the $100 monthly contributors because I love the site so much and what it represents. I'm not an absolutist, but I'm as close as one can get where free thought and expression are concerned. I'm a true believer in Josh and what he tries or tried to do. If he can't make this work, literally no one can. And it's the end of all things. That's Strawberry Douche. Fucking freak. Tell me you're a fucking freak without telling me you're a fucking freak. Oh, yeah. Fucking Strawberry Glitter Douche. I'm going to keep the faith for the time being until the end, my friend, says Strawberry Douche. Cecil McFly says, I hope so. I'd love just a place to talk about the death fat people. Hold on. It needs to advance. What's taking so long? There we go. I hope so. I'd love to. What did I say? Hold on. I hope so. I'd love just a place to talk about the death fat people because I was stuck talking in BGTV's Discord and I can't call DC a retarded FAGGOT there. That was what Cecil said. Cecil is hoping that the farms is not over because Cecil was stuck talking in BGTV's Discord and they cannot call DC a retarded FAGGOT over there. So, exactly, Ratatouille. And Strawberry Juice says, if the farms go down for good, I would be happy to use that money, dono amount, and put it towards server cost if you ever want to start something here. They will pry our naughty words out of our cold, dead hands. Cecil McFly says, I don't know how to do anything tech wise. I went to school for film. I'm basically a retard. Strawberry Douche licks that wound and says, you're not a retard. We will figure it out if and when the time comes. And then here Cecil says, yeah, Belinda and Thoughts would be in. I know that. I know Thoughts. And my plan is to get the archive of Kiwi Farms and do episodes on each thread that isn't worth a documentary. Strawberry Juice says DC is a Medicare super fan. If we could get her and Negs onto his radar. LOLLLLLLL. Hey, Evelyn, good to see you. How do you choose which slurs to spell and which to say? Oh, do you mean because I'm saying the word retard? Get over it, Red Queen. All right. I've been trying. Oh, this is Cecil. I've been trying. I was going to go on the Kino Casino and tell the story of DC, but glad I didn't. What a fucking freak. Cecil's really obsessed with Clara, huh? That's interesting seeing as how the Gigi Belinda Feller and Peanut group over there is literally like present day mending fences with Ron and Clara. I love that. I love it so much. Cecil says, "Where's the documentary on Gigi taking Accutane, Cecil?" In all caps. Strawberry Juice says, "LOL, DC wants your attention." Cecil says, "She always does. She's my favorite cow right now." Tell me, DC, are the anti-Semitic haters in the room with us right now? That was Cecil. Strawberry Juice says she's such an effing thought Nazi, constantly scanning every syllable for purity and secret intent. She's actually certifiable. Cecil says, I want to think of a funny way to fuck with her and Negs, but they are also so far beneath me that I don't want to degrade my awesomeness. Cecil goes on to say, but I also just want to make Clara seethe. I might post a cute selfie to bait them. Strawberry says, LOL, yes, funny, smart, talented, and cute. Might just fucking break her. Love bombing. I love it. Cecil says, also BMI under 25. Sylvana has ruined her whole Twilight years. Strawberry Juice says, give me the link for that Negs Fart Girl channel you found. I don't know what that is. Anyway, the Cecil provides the link. Then Cecil says, I'm hunting down rare Negs. Hold on, it has to advance. Strawberry Juice says, do you mind if I put that in his thread or should I wait? Okay, well, I'm not offended by the word and I don't consider it a slur either. So, all right, moving on. Do you mind if I put that in his thread or should I wait? Says Strawberry Douche. Cecil says, haha, it's whatever. Also, he just lost his YouTube today and deleted his Twitter. I should probably stop following him closely, LOL, but I love all his old bad content. Have you seen the others? This is November 8th, 2022. Strawberry Juice says, Rage quit his Twitter, did he? Again, poor lamb. I'm watching them now. By the way, Tragic has been chimping on his community tab about you today. He may be the thirstiest pseudo male I've ever seen. Very good says these people tell us to touch grass. Exactly. Very good. Thank you for the super chat and the point. um, let's see. He may be the thirstiest pseudo male I've ever seen. Cecil says, ha ha ha, what? Cecil says, I looked, lol. Apparently AK is going to expose me. Scotty called me lazy, LMAO. Cecil says, I need AK to make an expose on me. How many N words should I drop so she has content? Why would you be dropping any N words at all, Cecil McFly? I'd like to know. Good close friend of Belender Feller over there, GG2. But we knew they were racist, right? We already knew Belinda was racist. Remember the text messages between Belinda and Ron when Ron confided in Belinda and told her that he had actual real deal white nationalists working on the Callie situation. And Belinda's response was, awesome. I'll do anything to help. I'm on board. I mean, there's that. And then, of course, we now know Gigi is also a racist. One needs only refer back to the discounted live account. So, not shocking about any of this, right? Not shocking at all. Oh, but tell me more about how I am such a degenerate, low-life piece of shit. Please. On November 8th, 2022, Cecil McFly said, I need AK to make an expose on me. How many N-words should I drop so she has content? StrawberryDouche replies and says, we're looking into her. She might get the attention she desperately wants from the farms. She fancies herself a writer, and if her community tab posts are any evidence, someone needs to take her crayons away. Cecil says, I hope she isn't discouraged from exposing me. It'll be so silly, Willie. I don't get how they find time for this, though, to be frank. I've been going through YouTube finding Neg's channels. I found one where he pretends to be a thumb. Cecil, I'd like to know how you have time for this shit. Edith says Cecil and irate Alex are close, and Alex has a trans brother. I'm sure Alex won't mind. Something tells me Alex is not going to mind this. Something tells me Belinda's not going to mind. Something tells me Gigi's not going to mind. I mean, nobody's going to mind. It's fine. Everything will continue on business as usual. But at least now we all know, right? Right. All right. Where were we? Oh, here we go. Cecil says Negs really, for 10 years, thought he was just an undiscovered talent comedian and kept making channels and throwing shit on the wall, hoping something would stick. It's so pathetic. I had a sketch YouTube channel like him back in high school, but I was stopped and took the channel down, and I was a teenager. Negs is a full adult making this shit. Strawberry Juice says yes, and both he and Clara believe she is his ticket to fame. She has connections, politicians and rock stars, baby. Cecil says, haha, I know people who work with her. Oh, wait, what? Cecil says, haha, I know people who work with her, but I don't want to let them know about my internet presence, but I want to ask. Cecil, I call bullshit. Strawberry Juice says, what's on? Oh, wait, hold on. Okay, Cecil had posted a link to, I guess, a comment that Dark Ninja left on YouTube that said, BGTV blocked me, but that dox was uncalled for. I'll avenge you, AK, when I return to YouTube. BGTV isn't going to like the upload I'll make on him. I don't know, and I don't care. That was my part. That's what I said. I don't know. I don't care because I don't know what that's about. All right. Strawberry Juice said, what's uncalled for is that fucking unibrow she's cursed with. I guess that's just one of her many crosses to bear, the poor lamb. Cecil says, crusty lip AK. Strawberry Juice says, yes. Cecil says, she's still better looking than most of Hater Nation. And then Strawberry Juice says, true, but just as retarded. Cecil says, she's so nuts. I'm reading her community tab, so confused what reality she lives in. Strawberry Douche says, if you ever wondered what the face of clinical insanity looked like, that's what it looks like. Let's see. Cecil posted a link to the groomingpredator.godaddysites.com and says Gigi grooms 40-year-old men. Cecil says also Gigi confirmed Burger King is Nietzsche. Wait a minute. Cecil McFly, who's BFFs with Belinda Feller and Strawberry Douche, is saying that Gigi grooms 40-year-old men, but Gigi's BFFs with Belinda. Mm. Let's see. Also, Gigi confirmed Burger King is Nietzsche. Strawberry Juice says literally insane, literal internet insanity. Hold on, they're going to. Oh, they clicked on the link to the groomer predator, and it says the many transgressions of Cliff Rebello coming soon. I think that was Ron's site, maybe. I don't know. Okay, so Strawberry. Hold on, I need to put my sweater back on because I'm so cold I can't think. Hold on. I'm gonna open my blinds too. It's so dark in here. Oh, nice. That is a snow day, baby. I've ever seen one. Okay. You know what? I am wearing this. I'm wearing like jeans and a tank top, so I have this like cardigan sweater. Have you guys seen that on TikTok? I think her name is Corporate Aaron on TikTok. That's what I feel like. I feel like Corporate Aaron. I even just picked up my coffee mug. Oh my gosh. Cecil McFly is xenomorph on the farms for real? Hmm. All right, I'm going to write that down. Xenomorph on Kiwi Farms. All right, well, that's good to know. Thank you. Do you still sell notebooks so I can write this list down? No. I will be selling notebooks again, but they're going to be totally different. So stay tuned for that. Lisa says Gigi went off on Yaba for saying something about him wanting to touch butts or something. Wonder if he'll say anything about what Cecil said. He'll say nothing. All right, let's see. Okay. Strawberry Juice says literally insane, literal internet insanity. I think Ron and DC claimed that was their site, talking about the Gigi site that they just linked to. I tend to like Gigi because he can be funny, and all I want is funny, but that man cannot keep his dick out of drama. LOL. I saw somewhere that Tragic's broke ass asked him for money. That's what Strawberry Juice said. Uh-huh. Hold on. Okay. Um, Strawberry Juice says Gigi cannot keep his dick out of drama. That's funny. Okay. Cecil McFly says Gigi is asking me now what to do, and I'm like, I don't know. Why do these people even matter? Also, Gigi was talking to Cecil McFly privately in November of 2022, asking for advice and what to do. And Cecil McFly was reporting this back to Strawberry Douche from the farms. Hmm. Interesting. Cecil says, I also like Gigi. He's very nice, but if the Hater Nation drama is two person, go do some goofy shit and back off. It's too personal, I think. Go do some goofy shit and back off. Strawberry Juice says, as you know, we are looking into AK/reactive attachments/icy fuckboy. As you also know, she is currently nesting in the anus of Claron. Look at this search query, the venom. Okay, so this is, she posts a link to kiwifarms.net, Clara post, reactive attack, whatever. Also caught her fail doxing. Keeps screeching that she's been doxxed. She's going to find the fuck out. I think she's talking about Clara. I don't know. The xenomorph account is one of the most racist posters. Just says slurs to say it in 2-line non-tent post. Not surprised. Cecil is being, I mean, obviously, Cecil, from what we're seeing here, is a raging racist and trans homophobe. Okay, hold on. I gotta wait for them to advance the screen recording. They're clicking on a Clara archive link. It says the connection is not private. All right. So then Cecil, this is November 10th, 2022. Cecil says, I wish there was something that DC would turn on them for, but she's too into her lie or whatever. Side note, I checked in on Young Dumb Honey Bun and she's canceled right now for not believing in neo pronouns. And now her ex fans say she's going down the alt right pipeline. I'm wheezing. That was Cecil. StrawberryDouche says they tried to burn her at the stake for going to see Russell Brand do a stand up show. It was very amusing. Cecil says she's the one who reads about ALR triggering her audience by existing to it really is the audience she cultivated. And then Cecil says Nietzsche and AK have now exposed me for checks notes reading a DM. Cecil links to Nietzsche's Twitter post. StrawberryDouche says, you've been exposed, sir. Exposed, exposed, exposed. I wish he'd stop using the catchphrases of a fat, crazy N-word, hard R, all the way spelled out. In cat ears, he's in court for stalking. He and DC are very hip with the kids and their lingo. So Cecil McFly is in private messages with StrawberryDouche, and they are dropping all of the slurs, all of them. We've got FAGGOT. We've got N-word hard R spelled all the way out. Cecil, Cecil, Cecil. Shameful. And honestly, I don't know who the fuck Cecil is. I still don't. It's not personal, Cecil. I don't know the first fucking thing about you other than what I'm seeing here. And I can only go by what I'm seeing, which unfortunately are your very own words. Cecil says he uses lingo from TikTok that the Gen Z kids use and it triggers me. LOL. It's the blank for me and say your blank without saying your blank are TikTok trends. StrawberryDouche says nothing rubs my fur the wrong way than when they say yeeted. OMFG. We are getting very close to getting AK. She has unbelievably bad OPSEC. Holy shit. That was StrawberryDouche. Let's see. Right, Lisa? Imagine wanting approval from these assholes. Imagine befriending these assholes and literally your whole internet YouTube existence depends on them. I can't imagine. Oh no, Red Queen, no one is surprised. Certainly not. Cecil says, yeah, I say yeeted. I'm so sorry. Internet wise one. I have intel on AK, but I personally don't care about doxes, so I can't share. Because optics as an e-celeb, I gotta be careful. Are we shitting here, Cecil? Did you really say that? I'm gonna read it again. Cecil says, StrawberryDouche. Yeah, I say yeeted. I'm so sorry, internet wise one. I have intel on AK, but I personally don't care about doxes, so I can't share because optics as an e-celeb, I gotta be careful. That's so funny. Mm. Anyway, that was funny. Strawberry Douche says you're not 150 years old and living in an attic. Cecil says, "Oh, LOL, I'm internet old." Anyways, I have AK's workplace. Strawberry Douche says, "Oh yeah, tell me." Cecil says, "I think it's called Leapfrog." Strawberry Douche, interesting. There is one of those in the state she lives in. Thank you. Cecil says, "Don't tell anyone. LOL. I got that info sneakily." Really, Cecil? Just what kind of fuck shit are you into over there with your best friends, Belinda and Gigi? That's right, Claudio Beachball. LOL. Cecil must not have cared too much about optics to put that out there in black and white. The internet is forever, DMs included. Yep, and let this be a lesson to you all. DMs will always be leaked. Yes, Jay, I know I took care of it. Okay. Um, so Cecil says, "Don't tell anyone, LOL. I got that info sneakily." Strawberry Juice says, "You have my word." Yeah. Let's see. Strawberry Juice says, "LOL, you are so funny." Heart emoji. And then Strawberry Juice says, "LOL, yes, but no. It's a company that surveys hospitals and collects data. We found her. I'm outlining how I want to present everything and archiving all this dumb shit. Big chimping ahead." Cecil says, "He literally makes shit up to be the victim, like that retard has ever lifted a dumbbell." I'm probably talking about Ron. I don't know. Strawberry Juice says, "Yeah, someone in his thread recently mentioned his Trisha connection long before she became widely famous for attention whoring." That's not true. That's not true. Trisha Paytas was very much very famous on YouTube by at the point in time in which she crossed paths with Ron. That was in, I can tell you exactly when the fuck that was. I can tell you exactly when it was that Trisha Paytas was fucking around with Ron publicly. It was June of 2017. June of 2017. I'm sure of it 100%. You cannot convince me. No, I'm positive because I know where I was. Here's the story. Pause on the dramatic reading. This is, and not that this is important, but first of all, I just hate it when people speak with authority on history and they're wrong and they're dead ass wrong and they're just making shit up because they want to seem important, like Strawberry Douche does. It was June of 2017 when Trisha Paytas was messing around with Ron. And this is how I know when it was. Because Trisha Paytas was in, yes, Trisha, I love you, Jesus Paytas. The Trisha fucking Paytas. Trisha Paytas was in Ron's chat one day. And I was watching. And I just jokingly suggested that Trisha Paytas super chat Ron $200. And she did. Okay. The reason why I'm sure it was June of 2017 is because I remember exactly where I was when that happened. And I was in my car with Jessica, Julian's mother. She was back living with me again. And we had gone to track down her car that she had supposedly was getting fixed by some backyard mechanic. And when we found the car, it was literally parted out by this backyard mechanic. But anyway, so that's where I was when that happened. And I know for a fact it was June of 2017. I know when that was. Like there's no doubt in my mind. June of 2017. Anyway, point is, this was not before Trisha became widely famous. Trisha was already wildly famous. She was. Trisha wanted Ron to not make videos on her. That's all. That's exactly what it was. Okay, yeah, Trisha talked about flying Ron out there to California or something. Yeah, she just wanted him to quit making them fucking videos on her. Mm. We have Kiwi Farms hacks info and other things. More will be exposed, which is why they blocked AK and others from posting there. Also, how DC requested CPS, phone calls, etc. Eat shit, Sniffy Cliffy. Okay, well, thank you for that. All right, well, stay tuned. That's interesting. All right. Let's see. Okay. Oh, wait. So Strawberry says he is so bitter. Cecil says he was gonna go fuck her and now he's stuck with DC. At least Trisha is rich as fuck. Strawberry Douche says and has a uterus. God, can you imagine the tarred babies Negs and Trisha would have made? I'll give Trisha this. She's very good at trolling. She's fucking nuts, but I don't find her totally unsympathetic. Lindsay, I agree. Just drop this shit already. Like, whatever. Anyway. Cecil says, I think the only reason I stopped standing Trisha was because she threw out a fake grape allegation to a dead teacher. Otherwise, I used to be a fan of her crazy. She's funny and made millions off trolling. I love that. Imagine the BPD their kid would have. Strawberry Douche says, to save you from having to read all this stupid shit, you make an appearance at point, and then there's a YouTube link. Cecil says, it's not showing up on my phone. It's another essay. How long ago? Cecil says, is the point I shared a video on my timeline? Holy shit. I looked. Ha ha ha. He literally threatened revenge porn. I shared his actions. She needs her lithium. Strawberry Juice says, ooh, girl. Bitch is being sure for 19K and. Bitch is being sued for 19K in credit card debt. And her ex-husband, wow. I'm hoping to be able to drop this afternoon. Chimping is imminent. Okay, so this is Strawberry Douche getting her panties wet because she dug up all this information on AK. Gosh, Alia Alexander, I'm curious to know what your financial situation looks like. You are quite judgmental on us poors. Cecil says she's already freaking out this morning talking about AK. Then Cecil says, I don't think she understands insults grounded in reality hurt. Calling a skinny man fat isn't effective. Then Strawberry Douche, now we're November 14th. Strawberry Douche links a Kiwi Farms Hater Nation post. Cecil says, how the fuck did you find all this? Oh, okay, so Strawberry Douche must have dropped it all. Yes, Persephone's pomegranate. That Cecil McFly. Yes. Strawberry Juice says, it started when I noticed she followed many Maryland Twitter accounts and ended when someone gave me her name. I wonder who did that. I wonder who gave Strawberry Juice her name. Her entire internet history is terrible OPSEC and arrogance. Not a good combo. Tragic is losing his tiny little mind, and I can't stop laughing. And then links a YouTube link. Cecil says, oh crap, they clicked on the link. Hold on. Cecil says he's gonna upload some screenshots to a website. It's getting serious. And then Cecil says, oh no, Null is going to shut down the thread. And then Cecil says, Pistachio is going to stop you, you evil doxer. Strawberry Juice says, LOL, Julia is an idiot. 9,000 Bacons doxed her ages ago, and to her credit, she took it well. I have no idea what that is about. Cecil says, did you see AK decided Belinda and Gigi did it? DC is now spurging at Belinda for being evil. Cecil says they need to take their meds. Strawberry Juice says, their hard on for Belinda is beyond. I'm convinced it's rank jealousy. Wow. This is November 15th, 2022. Strawberry Douche putting it out there that people are jealous of Belinda. Who the fuck is jealous of Belinda? I told you guys. I told you. That bullshit about them coming in my chat and you know what? This narrative or even this suggestion that I was jealous of Belinda over the Zeeth interview started on the fucking farms. Go back to the date. Go back to the date that Belinda did her interview with Zeeth, whatever the fuck date it was. It was a Saturday night around 10 o'clock at night, way after I was in bed. Did not give a fucking shit. Still don't give a fucking shit. Go back to the farms thread on that day and tell me if you don't see the fucking farms, and it's probably Strawberry Douche or fucking self who put it out there that Sam was going to be jealous. You know, because I hadn't already interviewed that dude twice already and done 2 long ass fucking live streams on it. I was going to be jealous. And did you see that interview? What was there to be jealous of? I'm just saying. But here it is, guys. November 15th. You don't believe me? You don't believe me? I'm going to show you right here. November 15th, 2022. There we have old Strawberry Douche. Hold on. I don't know if I can get it to open. Mm. Hold on. Strawberry Douche. Their hard on for Belinda is beyond. I'm convinced it's rank jealousy. Really? Is that what you're convinced of, Strawberry Douche? Interesting. November 15th, 2022. Oh, look at that. 21:32 hours up late, huh, Strawberry Douche? Their hard on for Belinda is beyond. I'm convinced it's rank jealousy. She's funny and people like her. Plus, kids and a family who love her and a real ass job. That's enough to drive any seething sped around the bend. Yes, Hollow. 2023 was the interview. Red Queen, are you asking me what started it? I honestly have no idea. Oh, shoot. Hold on. I didn't mean to drop that. Let me put that back up there. Okay. Where was I? Belinda literally read Kiwi Farm's post of DC's court stuff word for word. Yeah. No, Pink Lava's real name, I believe, is Sama. Sama. Okay, so back to this. Strawberry Douche says their hard on for Belinda is beyond. I'm convinced it's rank jealousy. She's funny and people like her. Plus, kids and a family who love her and a real ass job. That's enough to drive any seething sped around the bend. Cecil McFly says DC was seething today about why do people still like Belinda. Strawberry Juice says pretty sure FAGIC tragic and Negs faked an email about shenanigans in BGTV's Discord to make him think they have harmful info on him. LOL. In my wildest dreams, I didn't dare hope a fallout from AK's docs would give this volume and quality of milk. Holy shit. We'll go ahead and pin that one in case she's too fucking thick in the head. Maybe that's why the hairline's so far back because her fucking skull is so fucking thick. You think, babe? Do you think that Belinda's skull is so fucking thick that that's why her hairline is so far back? And her skull is so fucking thick she cannot see that she's a fucking pawn, that she's a fucking puppet for these disgusting sorry ass excuses for people. That's too bad, Belinda. That's too bad. It's probably the result of some inbreeding somewhere along the line. That's just my best guess. Belinda, they gassed you up. Well, they spotted a weak bitch. People like Strawberry Glitter Douche and Cecil McFly, they know a weak ass bitch who can be controlled when they see one. All right. Let's see. Cecil says it is fake. I'm in BGTV's Discord. There's nothing sexual going on. BGTV is nice in private too. We talk. He's a good, normal, married dude. Oh, that's disappointing to hear. BGTV, you might want to steer clear of the Cecil or not. I don't know. Mm-mm-mm. Okay, then Cecil says, I mean, he's as what? Hold on. Okay. Cecil says, I mean, he's as flirty as he is with everyone as he presents live. It's very fake and not even worth addressing. BGTV messaged me upset this morning and he did all the usual precautions for being doxxed. Said he might take a break because it's not fun right now, which he's once internet becomes not fun, take a break. Right, right. Her ego pushed the hair back for sure, even caused hair loss. That's why she couldn't say slurs in his Discord. BGTV is cool. Yep, the weak link. Oh gosh. I'm so sorry, Belinda. I hate that for you. But you just can't help it, can you? You're just not very bright. And that's why people like you. Because you're not too bright. And you can be manipulated and controlled and used as a puppet. That's too bad. And you fell for it. And now you look like a fucking idiot, don't you? You do. All right. Strawberry Douche says, tell him they have literally nothing on him and know nothing. Nothing. This is a classic imitate tard tactic to try and make someone afraid. His best course of action with them is continued relentless ridicule. There is no better weapon. Wow, Strawberry Douche, you're so wise. Cecil McFly says, oh, here we go. Cecil McFly says, did you watch the shit show this morning? I kind of like MFW, but I love messy alcoholic whores who are blunt. Cecil goes on to say, I can't forgive Negs for ruining the chance for having an MFW thread. She was so fun to watch when she did IRL streams and would get hammered and hang all over men at the bar. Why is Cecil saying I can't forgive Negs for ruining the chance for having an MFW thread? Negs had nothing to do with MFW losing her YouTube channel, Cecil. Are you not aware of that? Do you not know what happened to cause MFW to lose her YouTube channel? That's interesting. Sorry, but after all the shit Gigi said yesterday about Yaba and her fucking kids while Belinda didn't say a word, I don't have any sympathy for her. Wow, Gigi. You're referring to Yaba's kids as her fucking kids? That's interesting. Gosh, Gigi. You're going to look like a real fucking idiot real soon here, and I, for one, can't wait for it. Yeah, we don't watch. That's another thing. I just want to make this statement here and now and make this very clear to literally everybody. I saw it said on the farms today, something to the effect of if Sam and Yaba really didn't want Belinda doing the fundraiser, then why didn't they tell her not to do another one? She said during the first fundraiser that she would be doing more. Why didn't they tell her not to? You're assuming that we watched that fundraiser. We didn't. We would have had to have watched the fundraiser in order to know that she said she was going to do more in order to then ask her politely not to. We didn't know. We didn't watch. We didn't even know she was going to be doing it. If I recall correctly, we were at dinner with Gina, her mom, and all the kids. And I got a notification on my phone that Belinda was going live with Yaba's name in the title. And I was like, I nudged her under the table and showed her my phone. I'm like, did you know this? Anna, how the fuck do you think I knew that chats were on then? Do you think that I would have had to that the only possible explanation that I knew super chats were on was that I would have had to have watched it live to know that, Anna? Are you that new here or thick-headed or just plain stupid that you believe that the only way that we could have found out that super chats were on was if we had watched it live? That's a stupid question. Do you feel stupid now, Anna? You should. Anywho, I nudged her under the table. I was like, what's this? She's like, I don't know. I was like, okay. And I mean, we were at dinner. I put my phone back in my purse and I did though, I believe I did at one point when I realized that I was like, oh my God, she's doing a fundraiser. What the fuck? I asked Yaba. I said, do you want me to message her real quick and ask her to please, not do that? And I mean, Yaba was absolutely mortified. She was like, no, no. Like she didn't want to, look. I mean, look in this situation, we were fucked anyway there was about it. Also, side note, we'll get back to the dramatic reading. Let me see if I can pull it up. Wait, did I record it? Let me think. Because it was just like yesterday or the day before or something. Gigi's dumb ass. He has basically admitted. Oh my God, are you kidding me? Hold on. Gigi has basically admitted that. Well, wait. What's that person's name? Hold on. Nikki P. Are you here? You know the clip I'm talking about. Who was it? Who was the female that was saying that Belinda had said that she was keeping me and Yaba at arm's length? And Gigi was like, yeah, she told me that too. Yes, I know. Thank you. Pink Law. Okay, hold on. I need to read this message real quick. This is unrelated. This was from the Peanut stream. Yes, this was from the Peanut stream last night with Gigi, where Clara was in chat. Cecil McFly's there. I see Cecil. There's Owl. Oh, look at Owl in the chat last night over there on the Peanut Gigi stream where Clara came in begging for forgiveness. Pink Lava was begging Clara to unblock and talk to her last night. She wanted Clara to say thank you to her for posting your messages. That's funny as shit. Belinda, Gigi, Peanut, all the farmers, the majority of the chat, all licking DC's ass and wishing the best for Negs. This is somebody who was watching the stream for me and just kind of giving me the rundown on it. They legit all made up. I can't believe what I'm seeing. Oh my fucking God. The people, this chat encouraging Negs and DC. Okay. So there you go. Confirmation. So if you guys want to see that, go on over there to Peanuts. Hey, Lunar Phoenix. And you guys can see for yourself in real time as it happened. Yep, there's Pink Lava. Pink Lava says, where's my thanks, Clara? Wow, Pink Lava. Yes, pat yourself on the back for dumping DMs when the heat is on. Atta girl, Pink Lava. Hey, Kim Fisher. Yeah, fuck Al forever. I never respected Al, and for good reason. Now you all know why. And by the way, don't forget, nobody would even know who the fuck Al is if it weren't for me. Okay, hold on, because I need to. I'm looking for this clip I want to play for you guys of Gigi. And it's so funny because like Gigi is like running his mouth and then you can tell like he kind of hesitates, he kind of stumbles. And the whole time I'm like, you dumb fuck, you had all these opportunities to not say what you're about to say and you say it anyway. It was fucking great. Oh my God, what if I can't find it? Hold on. Is this it? No, that's not long enough. Oh, here it is. Belinda telling people she was going to keep her distance, then running a fundraiser. Hold on. Okay. I don't know who this person is that's talking, the female. I think Gigi is reviewing it. Like, I don't fucking know. This is from Gaining Ground stream. Revisiting the Nightmare right before Christmas Bish live. This was 5 days ago. Tell me if you can hear it.
That's what she told me too. When she told me she was going to do the fundraising for them, for Yaba, like my first thought was, why?
Okay, hold on. Hold on. Copy. I'm going to put this somewhere else. I'm going to play it on a different. Oh, hold on. Come on. There we go. Kim Fisher, thank you so much for gifting 5 Sam Tefler memberships. Welcome, Lavender Haze, Kimberlina, Livin' Lovely, Nutties, Niche, and Espresso. Yes, take those custom emojis for a spin, please. Thank you so much, Kim Fisher. I appreciate you. Kim Fisher is a real deal OG. Okay. Oh, it's at the 57-minute mark, it looks like. Let me share screen. Stop sharing. Present. Yes, it's going to be a long one today. Ladies. It's fine. All right, here we go.
Just now,
Yeah.
and they just did.
Yeah, I remember talking to Belinda, and Belinda's like, yeah, you know, I'm gonna keep my distance.
Yes.
Which I don't
That's
know
the
if
vibe I got.
did.
That's completely the vibe.
That's what she told me too. When she
It's Cecil
told me
and Thoughts and Opinions who are talking on the Hot Girls podcast that Gigi's reviewing. Okay.
she was gonna do the fundraising, she was gonna do the that's what she told me.
Belinda and Belinda.
Whether economically or socially, to just end this now,
Yeah.
and they just did.
Yeah, I remember talking to Belinda, and Belinda's like, yeah, you know, I'm gonna keep my distance.
Yes.
Which I don't
That's
know
the
if
vibe I got.
did.
That's completely the vibe.
That's what she told me too. When she told me she was gonna do the fundraising, for them, for Yaba, like my first thought was why. they both have channels, they both kill it with the reaction, views, money, memberships, whatever. But I'm not gonna say to Belinda, don't do that, because then I'm the Scrooge. Oh no, Belinda, don't raise money for this woman whose children lost their father. Like, oh no, that's terrible. But
Maybe you should have. Maybe you should have. That's so crazy because, in the weeks, the last several weeks it's come out, so many people have said the same thing. That when Belinda pops up with this fundraiser for Yaba, everybody side-eyed Belinda. Everybody. Everybody thought the same thing, but nobody spoke it. They just let Belinda do whatever Belinda had decided she was going to do. And why? Why? Now you all know that Belinda and Yaba were not close. They did not consider each other friends. They only spoke occasionally about YouTube shit. You already knew the issue previously, and we backed down from that, really, just because we didn't want this. So many people thought it was so weird. They side-eyed her. They were like, why is she doing that? And now come to find out, now you all know also that Belinda never said word fucking one to me or Yaba that she intended on holding a fundraiser or fundraisers multiple. Didn't say a word. Didn't run it by her. Didn't say, hey, would that be okay? Whatever. No. A setup. Exactly. And who would put Belinda up to such a thing? Because everybody knows. Everybody knows. And I know Al said this. I think fucking Clifford even said it at one point. Everybody knows that fundraisers for other people online, on the internet, never fucking end well. Especially when it is the death of somebody involved. It always fucking backfires. It never ends well. Something bad always fucking happens. That is another major reason Yaba did not want a fucking fundraiser done for her and her kids. Because we have been around long enough to know how that shit fucking plays out every fucking time. You cannot win for lose. One way or another, that shit will come back around to bite the beneficiary in the ass one way or another, and it fucking did. So who also knows that about fundraisers in YouTube? Not Belinda, because Belinda's fucking stupid. She is ignorant. She's naive as fuck. She's just dumb. But who does know that? Little puppet master extraordinaire over there, Strawberry fucking Douche. I guarantee you it was Strawberry fucking Douche who put Belinda up to that fundraiser shit, and it was a setup from fucking go. And that's why we're here right now. Her people couldn't keep that shit out of it. Exactly. We did not bring the shit up. We thought it was weird. We knew it was weird. But you know what? We were like, we're not going to fucking touch it. Just let it go. Keep it pushing. It doesn't fucking matter. It's whatever. And then that whole Sam's jealous over the Z interview comes out of nowhere. And it was not 2 hours after they fucking pulled the trigger on Sam's jealous of Belinda because of the Z interview. By the way, the first place, again, that you'll see mention of anyone even implying that Samantha would be jealous of Belinda over that interview was on the fucking farms. Then they come into my chat. I go live the next morning. I'm talking about Ron haven't even mentioned Zeeth because I've moved on from the whole Zeeth thing. And here comes, what was that bitch? Miss Pickles. Oh, you use this. And within 2 hours, no, actually, I think it was more than that because I think I was live first thing in the morning and it was more, I'm getting the number 2 because I think it was like 2 o'clock p.m. By 2 o'clock p.m. on Twitter, exactly, that's when that shit started with the, after everything Belinda did for you, after everything Belinda did, this is how you're going to treat her? After everything she did for you? And we didn't say shit. We did not say shit. We purposely, I told her, I said, they're going to throw that fundraiser in your face, babe. It's coming. I can fucking feel it. They're going to fucking use the fundraiser. They're going to throw it in your face. And sure as shit, they did. Sure as shit, they did. So because Belinda had done a fundraiser for Yaba 2 months prior because her kids tragically passed away, her kid's dad passed away unexpectedly. And Belinda does this fucking fundraiser. Now, that's it. Like, we're forever, Yaba and I were forever indebted to Belinda and could never, ever, forever and ever, amen, never say anything even slightly askew about Belinda because remember what she did for you. Remember what she did for you when your kid's dad died. Get out of my fucking face. Y'all want to bring Yaba's kid's dad dying and Belinda doing a fundraiser for her? You want to bring that up and throw that in her face in the middle of a Twitter slap fight over a fucking Zeeth and an interview and accusations of jealousy? Really? Yes, so you bet your ass. As soon as that fucking fundraiser got brought into that stupid ass fucking jealous Zeeth bullshit, yep, I'll let y'all know. The nerve of y'all bringing that fundraiser up and throwing it in Yaba's face. And whole time, truth be told, Belinda didn't even bother kicking the fucking super chats over. She kept that shit. And it's not about us not getting that money. It's the fucking principle. How do you hold a fundraiser from somebody who you don't even know like that, who literally everybody around you is side-eyeing you because they're like, why would she be holding a fundraiser from Yaba when she told us out of her own mouth that she's keeping Yaba at arm's length? Gigi just fucking said that. And whoever that woman is, you have to tell me again who the woman is talking. Is it Thoughts and Opinions? Whoever the fuck it is. So that's 2 people right here who are saying, Belinda told us she was keeping Yaba at arm's length, and we were quite perplexed when then Belinda turns around doing a fundraiser for Yaba after her children passed, after Yaba already made it clear she did not need or want fundraising from the internet. This was a fucking gay op. And it was orchestrated by fucking StrawberryDouche, Olive Oil, Pink Lava, Cecil McFly, but primarily StrawberryDouche and fucking Belinda Feller. And you're going to tell me, you can see the way StrawberryDouche is gassing up fucking Cecil McFly in the private DMs. You're going to tell me that fucking StrawberryDouche isn't gassing up Belinda, bigot, beggar, bitch, also in the private messages, day in and day out. Hey, Belinda, StrawberryDouche is your Alex Glitter shit and you're Callie, you dumb fuck. Now it's got to the point to where they are helping the addict try and take everything from Yaba like 2023 wasn't bad enough for her. Yeah, why? Over what, StrawberryDouche? For what, Pink Lava? Because StrawberryDouche and her little friends so desperately need to be the right-hand man to the biggest, most successful YouTuber in fucking girl world that they can possibly get in with. Like, is that really what is that the end game here, StrawberryDouche? You just need to be somebody's Alex Glitter shit that has some sort of degree of success on YouTube. And Belinda's never going to get there on her own. She fucking sucks. The only clever, funny shit Belinda has ever done on her fucking channel and on her streams, she's ripped off from someone else. 9 times out of 10, it's fucking Yaba she's ripped shit off from. You want to talk about jealous? And let's not forget, Belinda has no problem offering her aid in any way, shape, or form she can aid someone when they have just told her that they have employed the assistance and services of white nationalists to go after a woman of color and their trans partner. She's like, I'm in. Sign me up. Whatever I can do, I will do it. Belinda fucking Feller. How do y'all think Belinda raised the money for them glasses and her little riding lawnmower so fast? Almost as fast as Hussey raised all that money for the attorney to go after the attic. It was the farmers. The farmers bought and fucking paid for Belinda. Wow. Belinda, how does that feel? Huh? How does it feel to have property of StrawberryDouche tattooed across your fucking 5-head, bitch? Anyway, what was that you were saying, Gigi? Let's hear it all again.
I just like when she
Or socially,
eloquently put R.I.P. Death Monarch.
it's beneficial, whether economically or socially, to just end this now,
Yeah.
and they just did.
Yeah, I remember talking to Belinda, and Belinda was like, yeah, I'm going to keep my distance.
Yes.
Which I don't
That's
know
the
if
vibe I got.
did.
That's completely the vibe.
That's what she told me too. When she told me she was going to do the fundraising for them, for Yaba, like my first thought was why? they both have channels, they both kill it with the reaction, views, money, memberships, whatever. But I'm not going to say to Belinda, don't do that, because then I'm the Scrooge. Oh no, Belinda, don't raise money for this woman whose children lost their father. Like, oh no, that's terrible. But I was like, this is a bad idea, because they don't need it. They don't need it. If they're not asking for it themselves, if someone doesn't ask for something themselves, and I see that they're doing pretty well using Chantal's content and reacting, whatever, I'm not going to go out of my way. And I didn't donate any money. I'm not donating shit to them because they make enough. I don't.
So, Cliff, are you Belinda's friend or not? Why didn't you, as Belinda's friend, say, hey, you know what, Belinda? I don't know about that. That might not be a good idea. They don't need it. And, we don't like them anyway, and it's just not going to end well. Why didn't you do that? Why didn't you say that to your friend? Oh, let me guess. Because this was all just a big fat fucking setup gay op from jump, and you knew that. Now you're just on your channel over here running your cocksuck, and you don't realize that the shit that you're saying is not helping your little friend at all.
Donate to people who actually need help. And they weren't two people that needed it. But Belinda wanted to do it. And I said, I'm not going to be the one to say don't do it. And I'm be the Scrooge asshole. Don't do it, Belinda. Because then I'm the jerk. But maybe I should have said don't do it, Belinda. I don't know.
Yeah, you should have.
Like, okay, we're best friends now, but it's
Yeah.
like, we're fine. Like, we can both occupy space.
Yeah.
Or something.
$7,000 printer. Exactly.
But yeah, Peanut was rough on her. Holy shit.
You people act like we bought a $7,000 printer so we could what? Print name tags for our bins on the wall? Come on now, Cliffy.
Peanut was kind of right about some things in the end. I still think the way she said the things to Belinda was just really, really...
Yeah, her delivery sucked. But Pistachio's message was there. And
Yeah, okay, anyway. Back to the dramatic reading. Hold on. All right. No one forget that now, do we? The fascination with the printer. I know. I mean, I don't know. It's whatever. I just find it hilarious that these people are like, "Ew, give me the $7,000 printer." It's kind of funny. These people are all out of their league with this. No shit, exactly. Thank you for the super chat. IMDD says one of the support group suds told Belinda Yaba would not want money raised. The kids are taken care of. Belinda told that person off. That's how country do it. Wow. So okay, so you're not going to tell me that all of these people from all sides all thought and felt the same thing, that, oh my gosh, this is a bad idea. Belinda, this is a bad idea. You're going to tell me that nobody spoke up to Belinda and said you might want to reconsider, maybe this is a bad idea? Nobody, not one person. Not one person. Okay. So then who was it who gassed Belinda up to believe it was a good idea? Who put this idea in Belinda's head? Because we know Belinda didn't think this up on her own. It's just not possible. She just doesn't have it up there. Exactly. Strawberry douche. Little wannabe puppet master extraordinaire. Fruity Tootie says, seriously, imagine if Sam read Kiwi Farms post word for word to cover the DC court stuff. Imagine the fatty heart attack chaotic pizza would have. Exactly. Lindsay says, I was pushing the let's go watch her old content. Yeah, that's what was being done. And that's honestly, that's all that should have been done. Just keep her in the algorithm. Make sure that, after she comes back after 2 weeks off, she's not fucked in the algorithm. Didn't cost anyone a fucking dime. Just make a playlist and play her shit. Keep her in the algorithm. Keep her in the algorithm. No, couldn't do that. Holly says, DM, even your little avatar thing is fat. Yes, because I'm fat and I'm not a liar. Anyway, where were we? Okay, back to the dramatic reading. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, last thing Cecil said was, I can't forgive Negs for ruining the chance for having an MFW thread. Okay. Well, it had nothing to do with Negs, but whatever. Strawberry Juice says she is something else. She's not as messy as she used to be. Good on her. Bad for us. But she is the OG Ron antagonist, and he has been chimping his tits off over her for years. Strawberry Douche, MFW is not the OG Ron antagonist. It's Yaba, followed closely in second by me. Whatever. Cecil says, I miss her live streams. I was working on a video on her called Barfly Simulator, but not gonna lie, the people nonstop crying over every little thing she did annoyed me. Like, they were reporting her for dog abuse they were reporting her for drug abuse for taking a vitamin B injection. Like, fuck all the way off. And this is where Cecil McFly makes an excuse for animal abuse, excuses animal abuse, and admits that they are an animal abuser themselves. If you didn't see this earlier in the stream, we're revisiting it. Cecil McFly then says, and her boyfriend hit her dog lightly and everyone was crying animal abuse. It wasn't animal abuse. I have huge dogs, and if you give them that kind of hit, they think I'm playing LOL. No. Dogs don't ever think when they're being hit that their owners are just playing. Dogs don't have that capacity to differentiate being hit because their owner's being playful or being hit because they're being abused. Stop that, Cecil. So, confirmed, fact, out of Cecil's own mouth, they abuse their animals and they excuse other animal abusers. All right. Strawberry Juice says, big trage posted a pic. No, she typed a big FAG. Posted a pic he is implying was BG's living room. On the table, there are pics of a white family, and I can't stop laughing. Cecil says, I cannot tell their ethnicity. Oh, and then Cecil says, God, I hope FAGGOTS who tried to be the Joker all kill themselves. Yeah, DV, I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to hit your dogs neither. Cecil's a fan of the FAGGOT word. Interesting. Strawberry Douche goes on to say the latest escalation in the MFW versus Negs war is all the fucking chef's kisses. She struck DC's channel midstream as on her way to the police to file harassment charges today. Strawberry Douche, if you believe one fucking word Katie says, you are an actual fucking idiot. And then Cecil says, I think someone's trying to get to me. I woke up to someone trying to get into my PayPal, immediately set up two-factor authentication and changed all my passwords. Kind of pissed off it's not just some weird spam bot. Strawberry Juice says, yeah, they've all gone full Joker, Heath Ledger iteration, and all the Gotham will pay or something. Clapping Joker gif. Cecil says, I'm a fan of Scarecrow myself. DC is beginning to not be funny. Strawberry Douche says she's funnier through some sort of filter, much less funny first person. Hey, Lissy, thank you so much for the super chat. No problem. The replay stays up. Cecil says, so there's another Next channel. And then gives the name, Demented Rapper. Strawberry Douche says, so much illiteracy for one failed male. So much. Cecil says, all right, Strawberry, I'll need your doctor. Tragic will post more Joker gifs. Strawberry says, I'm sorry, I tried. I imagine many stupid little monkey fingers flew as fast as they could to Google kiss him. I don't know. And it makes me LOL because you know they did. Busted Can of Biscuits, thank you so much for joining memberships. Missed you too, Miss Fancy Trust God. Cecil says, we all know you're Belinda Carroll. Fess up. Get this part. So Cecil just says, we all know you're Belinda Carroll. Fess up. This is November 22nd, 2022. Then Cecil McFly goes on to say, I'm in the Petty Fam Discord. I could drop a fake dox there and in Yabas for the lols. So if Cecil McFly is in your Discord, or if you are in a Discord with Cecil McFly, my best advice to you is to not believe a motherfucking thing a Cecil McFly says in Discord or elsewhere. Because as you can see right here in black and white with your own fucking eyes, Cecil McFly drops fake doxes in Discords. I mean, I'm not really sure why. I'm just letting you know what it says. Okay. And then Strawberry Juice says, do it. Catacorn Mermaid, thank you so much for joining memberships. We love our basic Betties. Effie Cujo said she has credibility too. You mean had? I don't think Cecil McFly is going to have an ounce of credibility after this. So Cecil says, I'm in the Petty Fam Discord. I could drop a fake dox there and in Yabas for the lulz. Strawberry Douche says, do it. Cecil says, okay, I'll come up with something funny though. I don't want to get kicked out for doxing. LOL, even if it's not a real dox. Pussy bitch. Strawberry Douche says, do you know anything about this rumor Ms. Parker was looking into that DC interfered with a sexual harassment claim when she was at Fox? She's very pissed off about it, and it's currently being featured on her list of resentments. Who fucking cares? Not me. I would like to know more about this for reasons, drama reasons, and potential future OP reasons. Cecil says, op on DC? I haven't seen anything, but I've gotten on Parker's good side. I can ask. Cecil, queen of the fat girl ops. You see that, Miss Parker? You see that, Miss Parker? You see that? Anybody else? Are you also, is Cecil McFly also on your good side by any chance? Because they will definitely run ops on your ass if they are. Like, absolutely. Here it is. Here we go. Black and white. Is it this one? It is. Up on DC, I haven't seen anything, but I've gotten on Parker's good side. I can ask. Cecil, queen of fat girl ops. Love that for you, Cecil. Love it. I don't know the first thing about a Cecil. This is not personal. I don't know the first thing about you. I'm just reading what the fuck I'm reading. Salva says, I've never been a fan of Cecil's overt and covert bigotry. Strawberry Juice says, that would be awesome. I'm working on a few OPs, one for Big Badge and something for DC. I want to demonstrate a pattern of targeting women who get victimized by men. Gosh, Strawberry Juice, you got a lot of time on your hands, huh? You're really invested in this. Working on a few OPs, one for Big Bad, something for DC. You want to demonstrate a pattern of targeting women who get victimized by men. Look at you go, Strawberry Douche. Very important work, right? Very important work for free on the Kiwi Farms blog forum. I mean, okay. Okay. Yeah, like totally. Oh, Jay says, hashtag no job. No job. No job. Where do you work? Strawberry Douche, what do you do? What do you spend your days doing? Tell us how you are a productive member of society and we're all just, pieces of shit in comparison. Tell us more. No? Okay, fine. They have another channel, the Hot Girl Council. Who? I don't know. It screams monthly check. You're taking $100 off top of your monthly bennies. Strawberry Strawberry Glitter Douche. All because what? Because you feel like you think it makes you feel important that you're on the Kiwi Farms. I mean, okay. Yes, Alia Alexander, you're so important because you're a Kiwi farmer. So important. You really are. I'm in awe of your importantness. Sounds like Beth. Okay, where was I? Oh, Cecil says, I hate the term pick me because I get called it often, but DC is a pick me. Strawberry Juice says, if you need to wait 300 hours in line at archive.ph today, that's my fault. So much retardation to save. So much. WIGGER world is popping. Cecil? Cecil, I thought you were cool with BGTV and you got this woman over here saying all these things. I don't know. I told them I don't even know what that word is. I hope that's funny to you. Okay, what's this word? EXULANSIC. What is this word? I'm going to look it up myself. I don't trust. Big words. What? Dude, I said look up the word, and you know what comes up? It says X suspends accounts which violate the X rules. That's what it says. No. EXULANSIC. Let me see. It's a license. Nope. Cecil, what the fuck does that mean? Anyway, whatever. Cecil says, I hope that's funny to you. Strawberry Juice says, LOL, it is. I don't even know what that means. No, I'm telling you, I read exactly what it says. I told them I don't know. Anyway, don't care. Moving on. Cecil says, I dropped it in the Petty Fam Discord. I might use another Discord to drop it in Yaba's. And maybe a sock on Twitter. Hold on, we got to scroll back just a second. Maybe, Andy Oak. I don't know. Babe, I don't know if you're listening, but I think that is Jack crying. I don't know what he's crying about. Oh, okay, never mind. I think there's people outside. Hold on. Okay. Cecil says, I dropped it in the Penny Fam Discord. I might use another Discord to drop it in Yaba's and maybe a sock on Twitter. It depends how drunk I get tonight. LOL. I just want to see where Tragic is going with this working with Zoom thing. Wow, Cecil. Zero credibility, Cecil. I think that's what we're going to have to call you from now on there, Cecil McFly. Cecil McFly pants. Messy, messy, messy. It's all so messy. Okay. Strawberry Douche responds to that by saying he's doubling down on the Zoom thing. He has literally no idea who Zoom is other than a big, scary horror man who will put the fear of dog into them. And then Strawberry Douche links a post and then says, LOL, moron. And then Strawberry Juice says, like, the Farms has a whole history with him, and few people peak Null's ire like Barnhill. Oh God. Oh, Strawberry Douche, you know that. Okay, hold on, wait. I want to screenshot that bad boy because I want it on the screen. Date and timestamp. No fucking around. Yep, I'm putting that bad boy on the screen. Don't care. All right, StreamYard. Stop sharing. Present. Share screen. Here we go. Like, the Farms has a whole history with him, and few people peak Null's ire like Barnhill. Okay, that's interesting. And then Strawberry Juice says, God, they're dragging Shani and MFW into Racism Wednesday. Okay, hold on. Okay, so then they link to Langley's. Thank you so much for the super chat. That's monthly check. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Okay, so then they link to a tweet of Matthews from November 23rd, 2022. Sometimes you have to make business transactions with controversial people to get the job done. And he adds Dark Ninja, Nietzsche, and AK, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, we all know what happened around that time. We don't need to get into it. It's in the past. It's over a year old now. It happened. It's whatever. Nothing really came of it. Moving on, right? Oh gosh, hold on. Oh my gosh. It's scrolling. Okay. So Strawberry Juice says, like, the Farms has a whole history with him, and few people peak Null's ire like Barnhill. Then they post that gif of they post that tweet of Tragics. And then Cecil says maybe some more Joker gifs will help. Oh, hold on. Done. Let me open it. Stop sharing. This is what really concerns me. Is this right here? Strawberry Douche then says, Barnhill totally isn't a pedo. He just trolls as one. And I just don't think... Oh, no. I don't think that's the case. I don't think that Josh would agree, you know. Because like I said earlier in the stream, it's my understanding that Strawberry Glitter Douche, petitioned Josh directly to have AK banned from the Farms. And how Strawberry Douche convinced Josh or Null to ban AK from the Kiwi Farms was by invoking the name of Corey Barnhill, aka Zoom. Yet here we have Strawberry Douche, November 23rd, 2022 at 22:36:58 hours. Saying Barnhill totally isn't a pedo, he just trolls as one. Anywho, where were we? Let's see. And then Cecil says, stop defaming a PDO. I'm triggered at these FAGGOTS stealing the term rage pig. And then they open a link. The link is to a comment section that says, I know the lore about Zoom. I don't know. Oh, okay. It's Misty 007. Saying, I know the lore about Zoom, convicted, no, a dude who did a I don't want to read that. I don't care about that shit. Strawberry Juice says, rage pig, Maddie, triggered, all of it. I found a vid, big trage, but she typed FAG, made when he went to the ER with third-degree drama burns after he lost his slap fight with Negs. It's very LOL. Cecil says, I remember that. Strawberry Douche says, AK is having a post-Thanksgiving chimp out, and she's cycled back to you on this glorious day the Lord has. Cecil says, yeah, Gigi showed me. Negs is going to expose me to my audience. Cecil says, dude, Arison had a girl sobbing and accusing him of grape on stream and leaked revenge porn, but because he doesn't chimp out on it, he's able to somewhat move on. Negs can't accept he fucked up. He's literally more pathetic than meth mouth RSN. Okay, hold on. Okay, and then Strawberry Douche says, now that she knows Post exists, please, Jesus, let her make an account. I think they're talking about DC. Strawberry Douche says, quick hide, they're on to us. Flush the weed down the toilet. Cecil says, why does she know what my vag smells like? Weird. And then Cecil says, oh my God, AK misspelt resident while calling olive oil an idiot. Strawberry Juice says that an actual murderer sued AK for divorce tells you all you need to know about her. They should really save some of their chimping energy for my tragic OP gets posted. I have no idea where they can possibly go from here. AK is in full-blown psychosis today. Cecil says, OMG, I couldn't send a message before. That was a test. Cecil says, Nietzsche's reading about 23-year-old day tweets from Belinda today. Oh, here's Strawberry Douche. I'm so happy they're all posting my Neo Niggies post. I was quite proud of that one. Hold on. Okay, 10:23. I'm going to stop that here. And let's see. I'm going to go. Oh my God, that's so cute. That's why Harlow was crying. That's so funny. Aw. Okay, so these are some, I'm not going to post them. I'm just going to look over some screenshots from Peanuts stream with Gigi last night, where Clara was in the chat and they've all made up and made nice is what I'm seeing. Okay. That's crazy. Oh yeah, okay. So they're all up in arms because Strawberry Douche, Olive Oil, and Pink Lava dropped the DM where I admitted to Pink Lava that I called DCS on Ron. So of course, you know, I'm sure Claire and Ron. Yes, Rena, they did. You can go look at Peanut stream with Gigi from last night, for yourself. I think that last night Clara and Ron may have actually had the sex. I think that it probably got both their dicks hard when they seen that DM dump where I admitted to Pink Lava that I called the DCS on Ron last year. Because I haven't seen it for myself, but I'm hearing that they were getting real excited and saying that I was going to jail for sure now, which is so funny because The fact of the matter is, yes, I did call DCS on Ron. Don't care. I mean, we came right out and said we did it. So I don't know how dumping that DM was any kind of gotcha moment because we've been open and honest with the fact that I called, but it's fine, whatever. Anywho, no one's going to jail. Okay, guy, my guy. Um, when I made that DCS report, I used my own name. I gave them my real name. I gave them my real phone number. I gave them my real address. And they took my report. And then the next day, the actual caseworker called me on my phone, asked for me by my name. And I said, yes, this is she. And they had some questions for me. And then they also asked me if I would be able to send any like links to like specific things that I had reported. And I said, yes. And she's like, I said, would you like me email them or text them? And she said, text them. And I have the text messages still in my phone. And I know that DCS did go to their house. I know that they did take the police with them. So it was a DCS and police investigation of a report that had my legal real name on it, my real phone number. I gave them my address. They know where I live. They did their investigation. And do you know that I never heard from them again? Now, don't you think that if the result of the investigation was that the allegations were unsubstantiated and that it was a fraudulent, fictitious report, don't you think they would have at least, oh, I don't know, reached out to me again and said, hey, ma'am, we've investigated your allegations and we've come to find that they're completely unsubstantiated and that this was a false malicious report, which, by the way, do you know that's a felony in the state of Indiana? No, 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 none of that has happened. No. I mean, go ahead, Ron, Clara. Go right on over there to the local DCS office there in Connorsville, Indiana, and say, "Hey, we have some news. We have some breaking news. We now know the identity of the person who phoned in a report on us last year, and we are here to report it to you." And they're going to say, "Okay, who was it? Who called?" And then Ron and Claire are going to say, it was Samantha. My name was Dowles then. It's not anymore. So make sure when you go down there to tell DCS that you know who made that call, make sure you say Dowles, not Tuffler, because I was Dowles then. Okay. And I gave them my real name. It was Dowles, Dowls. Okay. Make sure you tell them that. And then they're going to say, oh, okay. Well, oh my gosh. Yes. Ron and Claire, we will get right on that. And then they're going to say, oh, wait, hold on. Wait a minute. Yes, yes, that's exactly who made the report. It says it right here in the report. That's who it was. All right. And then the two, you can go get fucking bent, I guess. I don't know. Thank you so much for gifting 5 memberships, baby. Welcome, Ms. Monster, Rena, Pecan, Love Not Hate. That's only 4. Who got the 5th one? Wow. Babe, you got ripped off. Anyway, so back over here to the Peanut Gigi stream last night where everyone's made up with fucking Clara and Ron. I think it's great. Somebody in the chat said Sam also let everyone think Clara faked a CPS report. She did. She did. There's Pink Lava in the chat. Pink Lava in Peanut's chat. Where's my thanks at Clara Frank? Hold on, I'm reading it. Oh, Barnacles says, thank it's Pink Lava right now. Donna Morte, a.k.a. Olive Oil, says, by the way, DC, fuck Sam for doing this to you. Are we serious? Olive Oil says, by the way, DC, fuck Sam for doing this to you? You gotta be fucking kidding me. Yes, the first time they did. That's true. Donna Morte, a.k.a. Olive Oil, a.k.a. disgraced farmer who got bitched around by Strawberry fucking Douche, By the way, DC, fuck Sam for doing this to you. Yeah, okay. Anyway. Let's see. Clara says the store's doing really well. We don't need jerks trying to disrupt our business. Lynn the Cinnabon says, don't unblock me, DC. I'll continue to be an asshole. I'm never gonna say you aren't ugly and bald. That was funny. We'll say he has the story to show he wanted a better life. I'm not convinced they don't want drama. Okay. Oh, there's Owl in chat. Hey, no name, Greenheart. Cecil McFly is in the chat. Says, DC, please come on. Please come on, panel. Mm-mm-mm. All right, well, that's all the screenshots. But then the person who sent me this says, OMFG, the people, this chat encouraging Negs and DC, they legit all made up. I can't believe what I'm seeing. Belinda, Gigi, Peanut, all the farmers, the majority of the chat, all licking DC's ass and wishing the best for Negs. Pink Lava was begging Clara to unblock and talk to her last night. She wanted Clara to say thank you to her for posting your messages. That's so funny. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for gifting 5 memberships. Welcome, DG, Penny Royalty. I'm also a Nirvana fan. Zola, Glamma Mayhem, and Random Channel Name. Welcome. Thank you for being a member for 12 months, 1027 Anno. Isn't this the Nuts third Bannovating channel? Oh, Impervious Cat, at least. At least. Yaba wakes up at 5 a.m. every morning to cook them all breakfast. She cooks dinner every night. Ron feeds his kid exclusively frozen microwavable meals. Yeah, hey, I cook sometimes too. I do not cook breakfast. She is the expert breakfast maker around here. But I do cook dinner sometimes because, I am so helpful to have around. That's so funny. Okay. You're working on shirts and the kids are playing in the snow jacket. Baby, what are we eating? I'm hungry. Wait, what was I going to do? Oh, yeah. Yes, that's right. I cook and I bake cakes. That's right, Fruity Tooty. What do you mean? The roads are clear. I can see pavement. I'll go. I swear to God. They get an inch and a half of snow down here and we can't go anywhere. We can't leave the house. You should probably have Raylan's zipper coat up though. Oh my gosh. Okay, so Ron's thread on the farms has been updated. Y'all want to take a little tour of the farms real quick? I guess, Ron went live at 4 o'clock maybe. She said, I like her barefoot and pregnant. It's true. Every time I'm in the kitchen doing anything, she comes and smacks me on my ass and says she likes them barefoot and pregnant. Oh, here's Ask My Dominatrix yesterday at 9:47 p.m. I'm getting secondhand embarrassment watching Yaba right now try to bluster her way through this. Those 2 fat lesbians did this to themselves and they handed Clara the ammunition she craved. If Sam did this alone without Yaba's knowledge, then it's more proof of what everyone is saying. Scamantha will pull Yaba down with her. At this point, I don't care. I'm ready for the fireworks to begin. The fact Scam needed someone to know what she did, she was so proud of calling CPS. And why the fuck is she so stupid to confide in a farmer who she would then go out of her way to trash? Call DCS. Babe, she's talking about calling DCS. I went out of my way to trash Pink Lava. When and where? When and where? Asked my dominatrix. When and where did I go out of my way to trash Pink Lava? Hell, us Arby's. Oh, by the way, I had no problem telling Pink Lava, that it was me. I didn't want her putting it on the farms. But I had no problem telling Pink Lava it was me because I had no intention on denying that it was me. We literally came out and said it. How did these farmers miss that? Oh, Fruity Tooty, I understand. Nikki P says Yaba snapped about the Belinda stuff in chat before Sam ever addressed it, to be frank. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Strawberry Douche / loser hater thread look like idiots making that comparison of their parenting. That is okay. So I'm hearing a lot that Ask My Dominatrix is gaining ground. So we're just gonna go ahead and call it. Ask My Dominatrix is gaining ground. Hold on. I'm just gonna make a note of that. Okay, so then Gaining Ground says the fact Sam needed someone to know what she did. She was so proud of calling CPS, and why the fuck was she so stupid to confide in a farmer who she would then go out of her way to trash? I didn't, but okay, whatever. Hell, us Arby's bloggers who spoke shit about Yaba's ex after his death and doxed the lackluster lesbians. She straight up lied about posters here, not realizing she had something she should hide. I don't understand. He was exposed on a different thread on Onion Farms. Wow. Gigi. Wow. Okay, I don't understand that. Eat it up, owl, you yellow-bellied coward. So did who contact CPS or not? I called CPS. I did, and I can prove it. Okay, anyway. Okay, I'm trying to understand this sentence. Hell, us Arby's bloggers who spoke shit about Yaba's ex after his death and doxed the lackluster lesbians. She straight up lied about posters here, not realizing she had something she should hide. I don't know what that fucking meant. There's no sense of self-preservation there at all. In fact, if Scam hadn't released those partial DMs last night, this would not have come out now. Are you kidding me? I am not the one who started releasing fucking DMs, and the only DMs I've released have been to add context. Like when they've been saying for weeks that I made a personal army request to the farms to dox Mandy. Yet if you, and they posted that screenshot of me saying that, but then if you literally scroll back, not even like literally the messages right above that with Pink Lava coming to me saying, Strawberry Douche would like for you to do da-da-da, and Olive Oil would like for you to do da-da-da. I saw it. Thank you. Can we go back to ATX? I miss her. Okay. There's no sense. Okay, yeah. I don't understand why you're saying that, like basically trying to say that I released DMs first. Is that what you're trying to say here? I'm just confused. Samantha has burned her bridges by dousing them with gasoline and striking the match herself. I've never seen anything like it. I'm fully prepared for more fuckery to be revealed. Samantha likes to play, and there's no way she did it. She only did it once. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, calling DCS? Whatever. You can be sure Belinda's DMs are filled with them telling her what to do as well. Absolutely. Absolutely. The Gaining Ground was a failed editor at his college. On his profile, his goal was to stir up so much shit until he got a death threat. He's been a problem for a long time. Oh, wow. Oh. Strawberry Glitter Douche, are you pig mad now? Did this do it for you? Did you pull out the very last card you have in your pocket? Were you saving that one? All right. Oh, apparently DC Media Girl was live at 10 o'clock this morning. Had no idea. Okay. So Veruca Salt today at 12:58 says, "I remember Sam covering both DCS calls, the real one and the fake ones when they happened. At the time, Witty Widow actually called DCS on stream to prove it wasn't her who made the call. Sam knew that making any calls to DCS was the wrong move, but otherwise she would have owned it publicly, but she didn't, which strongly suggests she knew it was wrong or at least knew it was unpopular. I thought sending that hog guy to Ron's store and directing trolls to his Facebook chat was too far. This is just insane." Are you fucking serious, dude? I did not send Hog to Ron's store, Veruca Salt. Go back and watch the fucking streams. Hog's stream on his channel is still up. Oh, I guess mine's not. Well, I'll find it. I'll put it back up. It's totally fine. Let's see. Oh, look at this. A Strawberry Douche today at 1:21 p.m. says, "I'm hoping this was archived and I'm going to be making a longer post in this thread, but Tragic is so angry that Clara thanked the farms. He has thrown her under the bus and admitted to Clara paying him well over $1,000 to fuck with Sam and Yaba." Sarah Locklear, you're trash. And you should probably have your kids taken away from you, you fucking freak. "This is what you get for surrounding yourself with retards and thinking yourself smarter than them, Clara." Oh God, Strawberry Douche. That's going to age well for you. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and screenshot that with your name in it, because this is going to age so fucking well for you. "This is what you get for surrounding yourself with retards and thinking yourself smarter than them, Clara." Excuse me. Exactly. Amusing how you and Yaba were holding all these feelings in. Meanwhile, as soon as you brought something against Belinda up, all this from them has transpired. Isn't that crazy? Hold on, I'm just scrolling. Miss Fancy Trust God, thank you for being a member for 4 months. It's like a book, it gets worse with every chapter. Yeah, no shit. So funny. What time is it? Oh my gosh, it's almost 5 o'clock. All right, well, that's all I have for today. Don't worry. We will pick up where we left off next time. It might be this weekend. It might not be. I'm not totally sure. We'll see. But yeah, thanks for being here. Oh, wait, hold on. I can't find my thing. Ah, sorry. Hold on. I can't find that screen. Maybe I don't have it up anymore. I was trying to find my intro. Oh, there it is. Okay, there we go. All right. Well, see you later, guys. Thanks for